I mean, he just adored him and really said to me, it was weird because I guess we had been playing something of Eric's on Howard 101 while we were away. And he said, I sat in my driveway for 20 extra minutes listening to Eric the actor. I mean, Jimmy, is there a bigger Eric the actor fan than you?
I don't think. Well, first of all, let me say what an honor it is to follow Hansy and Gonzo Shitcock in contributing
right.
Our little pal Eric. I really did love Eric. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was, everything about him fascinated me, and I don't think I was the only one. There's so many great. And I don't think Eric would have liked to be called a whack packer, but there's so many great ones. And I think the fact that Eric had no respect for you whatsoever,
right,
is what I liked best about him. Because you sit there and talk to this tiny little guy in a wheelchair, and who lived with his parents and really didn't have a whole lot going on outside of watching wrestling and American Idol. And he would argue with you as if you were equals, and you would argue with him as if you were equals. And I guess you really were, because you both kind of took that position, and I just love that. I really do. I just
Jimmy,
love
I think
that.
you summed it up for me because, you're right. You think that a guy who had absolutely so little going on and really needed me for, trips to the Bunny Ranch or needed me for his fame fix, it didn't matter. What was so fascinating was he would just give me shit every single day and stand up to me.
But not only that, he'd give you advice.
But yeah,
that's what I love. He'd call you and give you advice.
And anybody else would have just been begging me and kowtowing to me because I had this power to put him on the air. But it was precisely that he didn't give me shit that made him great.
I've been listening since the 90s, Howard, and he is, as he would say, the only normal caller that I would remember that fought so much with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of the other ones would fight so much with you.
Absolutely. Jimmy,
yes,
this really is devastating, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it really is terrible. I was trying to explain this to my parents yesterday, and they had no idea what I was talking about. But I really, yes. But I had a lot of affection for the guy, and I just can't. It's so sad that he's not gonna call in anymore. I mean, there were many times where he said he wouldn't call in anymore, and that was part of the fun. The longer it would go, when you knew he was going to finally break down and call in because he'd be offered a bit part on some show, and he'd have some reason that he'd have to break his vow and call, and that was always such added in the negotiations with the balloons. And
Jimmy, do you remember? I think the greatest moment was Eric had banned himself from the show. He said, "That's it. I'm never calling in again." And it had gone on for the longest time, like weeks, literally. We hadn't heard from Eric. And I remember sitting here on the air. I would be looking. How long did it last, Jan? 3 months?
3 months, I think.
3 months. So for 3 months, I hadn't heard from Eric, and I got really weirded out about it because, I loved Eric's phone calls, and I thought, wow, maybe he's for real this time. Maybe we really lost him. I don't know. This sucks. But, of course, if I begged him to come back on, it wouldn't have been any good because then it just wouldn't work. It has to be Eric wanting to come back on. So,
and he was listening, too. He was texting me through that whole time.
And it was driving Eric crazy. So finally one day, we get a call from a guy named Derek.
Right.
Derek from Texas.
Derek from Texas, who started calling in, and of course it was Eric. He could not disguise his voice. He put on a little bit of an accent. And
now that he's gone, we can reveal the secret.
Yeah, and I played along. I would just be Derek. Eric can never call in again, but you all talk to. And he's like, yeah, that's right.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Derek, the actor, might have been my favorite of all time. And once in a while, he'd screw up and call himself Eric.
Right.
It was so
He'd
great.
lose the accent in the middle of the sentence.
Jimmy, what was your favorite Eric, the actor moment?
Turned out he had a lot in common with Derek. The midget Derek from Texas.
Yeah, they were almost the same guy. They both wanted to be actors. They both wanted acting parts. It was great. What was your favorite remembrance of?
Well, for me, it was the balloons. I mean, that off the air, I became obsessed with the idea of flying Eric with balloons, and almost to the point where I think I was pestering you about it.
You were.
There was no price I was unwilling to pay to get to make that happen. And it still amazes me that after all the pressure that we put on him collectively, really to do something that wasn't such a big deal, but that he said no, and he just wouldn't do it. And
he would say no matter what they would offer.
Yeah, he really would.
But what was great about it was there was no way we were going to fly him with balloons. Like there was no way, but just telling Eric he was going to fly with balloons, because first of all, the idea of attaching balloons to a wheelchair and getting him up in the air in the studio, and then I really had this horrible panic that we fly Eric with balloons and he flew out our window up here. And
we never see him again.
He'd be on the 36th floor and he'd just be flying around for the rest of his life. I was more afraid of flying Eric with balloons than Eric was.
And I would call him off air and offer him things just to gauge, like, how against it he was. There was nothing you could offer this guy that would make him agree to that.
And when Jimmy says that he pestered me, I was not flying Eric with balloons ever. But Jimmy was serious about it. And he goes, no, we can do this. You got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. And literally, I'd say 2 or 3 emails a day for a while from Jimmy about flying Eric with balloons.
I studied it. I figured out how many balloons it would take, and that it was indeed possible. But well, you know what? I really admire him for not doing it. He had so much self-esteem for a person who, if it's a lot of people who have everything don't have any self-esteem, and he really, he knew he was great.
Jimmy, he loved life. Jan, am I right? Eric, despite all of his pain, all of the predictions of his early death, all this stuff, he loves life. The way he embraced wrestling, and he embraced the show, and he loved it. I wish everyone had a love of life like Eric did.
Well, I'll say a couple things about Jimmy. The one thing, when it come up about when did he meet Jimmy the first time, the one thing he would bring up the most was the first time he realized Jimmy was really a fan and was really cool was the first time we went to the studio. We were about 6 blocks away, and he sent his cousin Mickey after us to give Eric a jersey from the Sacramento Kings, and Eric would bring that up a lot when he talked about Jimmy.
Yeah, Eric was grateful, believe it or not. Yes.
And then he, I guess you could say, used Jimmy. Jimmy, I don't know, you guys probably remember when I believe it was Jimmy that set up the visit with the ABC executive, and
Rob Mills.
Rob Mills.
Yeah, Jimmy was behind
that he would fly with balloons if he did that. And then when he got there, Robert Mills asked him, "When are you going to fly?" And he told Robert Mills, "No, I'm not going to fly."
He lied. Here's a remembrance. This is a little bit of Derek from Texas, Eric's alter ego.
Hey there, Mr. Fratto. I'm leaving this message for you to give to those stern people, because, I've really been thinking about it. I don't like them at all. They're a bunch of dumb fucks. They don't treat little people nicely.
That was
sound anything like it.
After months of not being on the air, this guy shows up, Derek from Texas, and I'm dealing with Derek from Texas.
They'll never know.
Jimmy, it's a sad day. It really is, and
it is.
But we're never going to hear the little guy call in again, and it just seems. And there was a whole new chapter starting. The new Eric the actor without Jan having to live with his parents.
And we didn't know how that was going to play out.
Well, I heard that, and I did feel really bad for him when I heard that story. And I have to say, God bless Jan for taking care of him, because that is a big job, and I think that I wish there were more people like that. That's a pretty great thing.
Jimmy, I know that yes, Jan, and I said this earlier to Jan. I said there's nobody with a more loving heart for Jan to devote his life. Now Jan's got to go take care of his parents in the way he took care of Eric. I said this is a guy who gives like nobody I've ever seen. It's just fucking remarkable. Really remarkable.
Yeah. It really is. It really is. And, I think I'm thinking of one other Eric memory. when he wanted Johnny Fratto to murder the guy who was mean to him in high school.
Yeah, we played the tape. We played the tape. It's so great because Johnny goes, "This kid's a gangster." He gave him the order to hit him. That's it.
He knew what to do. He knew what to do.
He knew what to do.
You know what? I'm trying to remember, because Howard, you tried to stop talking to Eric at one time. You said that you would never take another phone call, and you broke down quickly.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? I couldn't refuse calls from Eric.
Eric's self-ban lasted longer than any of the ones Howard banned him.
That's right.
Eric would ban himself. And I go, Eric, you can't ban yourself. You're punishing yourself. You love the air. He's going to do it. It never lasted.
But once you did it, and you didn't last any time at all.
No, you can't. You couldn't stay away from Eric. I'm telling you. Jimmy, you should fly with balloons to honor Eric, I think.
You know what? I think there should be. I'd like to see a sculpture built in the park of Eric attached to balloons, and it's something that we could really remember him by. I mean, we got to figure something out to memorialize
honor him.
Well, you know, it's funny. Somebody on the internet I saw this morning painted a picture of Eric flying into heaven. Heaven's gates were open, and he was in balloons in his wheelchair. And I'm telling you, I almost lost it. I really did. It was so beautiful. This little cartoon of Eric flying to the pearly gates.
Yeah. I think if God demanded Eric fly with balloons into heaven, he would have told him to fuck off.
I know. You know, it's funny. You know, Eric, he's such an unusual guy, or was such an unusual guy, because I still can't help but thinking that a guy in a wheelchair and a guy as sick as he was, if there really is a God, I can imagine that Eric wouldn't wake up every day cursing out God for doing this to him. And Eric had none of that. Jan, did he ever complain about his condition? Did he ever sit there and
why me?
Because he was an excellent representative for people who are full-bodied, who are able-bodied, who really complain about everything. He didn't seem to complain about his lot in life.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, remember also he's the only one with a condition in his family.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else
was fine.
Able-bodied and tall and everything.
The recipe's there for him to be super bitter.
Wouldn't it be great, Jimmy, if Eric got 70 naked Carrie Underwoods in heaven? Like that was...
Oh, yeah, Diana DeGarmo.
Oh, Diana DeGarmo. Oh, if Eric could have just had one night with Diana DeGarmo.
Let me tell you something.
What was great was Eric got her mother's phone number, and he used to call her.
She had to change her phone number. He used to call. I'd say, Eric, you're calling too much. He goes, no. I go, did you call yesterday? Yes. How many times did you call? Like 5. He goes, no, 4. And the mother finally gave up, changed her number. It was fucking great.
The thing he loved more than the show, more than anything else, was giant boobs. So when we would be on the road and he would do shows with us, I would ask for volunteers to come up to let him let Eric motorboat him. And this is what a guy he was. I go, I threw this idea out one night. I said, what about dressing you up like Superman? And we literally hold you up and fly you into the breasts. And he looked at me and he goes, no Superman, but you could fly me into the breast. And so literally Jan was on stage holding him, and I mean the shots of his face sliding into breasts one after, and I mean 10 chicks lined up.
He loved it. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
With him? What?
That was the last 2 shows he ever did.
Yeah.
Wow. What was his thing about costumes? Because that was always a big deal. You could never, once Johnny had a job for him to be in a bumblebee costume or something, and Eric refused.
Eric had his dignity, like Jimmy said.
Not some clown.
Fucking footed, you moron.
Oh, my God. When Eric would get upset about Club Fucking Footed, that was another. I didn't even play that clip. And there's so many clips you could play, but this one is the best. By the way, I saw a picture of Eric. His foot is completely turned around.
He had an operation.
Yeah, he has sneakers on, and his foot is completely reversed.
Wow.
He's got so many problems. Eric, what's going on with your foot? Are you okay with your foot?
I'm double fucking jointed. There's nothing
there ain't no
wrong with my foot.
double jointed. That's quadruple jointed.
Part of my disability, you jackass.
All right, but that's why I'm asking.
There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's been that way.
All right, I was worried about you. Am I wrong to be worried about you?
I'm club fucking footed, you ass white.
I didn't know what you were. I said there might be something wrong. love when he called me an asswipe.
But it was great how Eric would say there's nothing wrong. Everything was wrong.
Right.
This is one of the things I really love about the show, because I think almost everyone else, and really everyone else, if you have somebody who's handicapped or has something that's uncomfortable to talk about, you just won't talk about it, and you just be nice to that person. You won't speak to them like a human being. You just kind of let them go about their lives and not give them any attention. But that's like when people know each other, people are friends. They do talk about these things specifically, and to get that kind of stuff out in the open on the show is rare, and one of the things that I really love. And sometimes people are like, oh, we're making fun of Eric. It's like, yeah, of course, we're making fun of Eric. Everybody makes fun of everyone on the show. He's treated like anybody else on the show. And,
yeah.
Well, that was one of the things that I was most
He said plenty of times, and I'm pretty that the show and Howard has the rights to make fun of him, but no fans have the right to make fun of him.
Well, he certainly fought that.
Well, you know what, Jimmy and Jan, that I woke up this morning, Bob Lefsetz, who writes this column that I really like, he wrote a whole column on Eric the actor, and it was really touching. And he was talking about this point, that he learned more about Eric's, bathroom habits. Eric was very open, and Jimmy makes the point, too, that handicapped people, you really, they're sort of like untouchables. You don't know what's going on with them. People
Everybody's
avoid
afraid to do anything.
And Eric would really say, "Here, I jerk off. I roll onto the bed. I do that." Eric had a lot of pride, but also he was willing to talk about just how difficult his life was. Like he said, my last conversation with him, he was like, "Yeah, I bathe myself, but Jan has to help me with this and that." In fact, my last conversation was about you, Jan, because he was so upset that his parents were now going to be taking care of him.
Can I please say this last thing?
Okay.
It's Jan's last week of being here. He's going to leave on the 21st or 22nd.
Who's going to take care of you?
Who's going to help you? Yeah.
My parents.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow. We'll probably never hear from you again then.
What do you mean your parents?
Oh,
I mean,
no. I'll still call in.
Doesn't Jan bathe you and drive you and do everything?
The driving part, yes.
Oh, he doesn't bathe you?
No, I pretty much handle that myself.
Oh, okay.
Well, where's Jan going?
Yeah, why is he leaving?
He's got to do what he does for me, for his parents in Arkansas.
Jan is a good dude. All right. Well, anyway, Jimmy, I like that you called in because I knew how big a fan you were of.
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Well, thank you for bringing Eric to us, and Jan, thanks for taking care of him. And I guess I'm going to go fuck my pillow now and in tribute to Eric.
That's the best tribute you could give, Jimmy, if you just would lay down on your bed. Instead of jerking off on your back, jerk off on your stomach.
I'm going.
That would be the way. What is it?
I was going to ask you and Jimmy, did either of you cry at any point this weekend when thinking about Eric?
Did I cry? I didn't cry, but I got really, really sad.
Me too. I had weird feelings of going from, well, first of all, I didn't necessarily believe it because I thought it might be some kind of a publicity stunt, and I was hoping that was the case. I was searching the internet. Some guy posted that Eric had favorited a tweet the night before, and I thought, oh, well, if he did that, he has to be alive.
Tweet, by the way, too.
Yeah, I didn't believe. By the way, I didn't believe that he had died at first, and I know Jimmy was looking for information. And I said, I don't know. This could be an elaborate hoax that Eric set up, just to
I hope it still is. I really do.
Yeah, Jan, if you told us it was a hoax, we'd be happy.
Jimmy,
yes,
that was me on Saturday night. We announced it yesterday, but on Saturday night, where there was no fake ones about it, I went on his page and favorited some stuff. Because we were trying to keep it from off the internet till the weekend. So I told Howard.
Okay.
So that's because as soon as Eric had no activity on Twitter for 30 minutes, he was dead.
Wow. Well, all right, Jimmy. Yeah.
On the Facebook page for one of his fans page on Facebook, he's sitting in front of
Jan, first of all, I want to thank you for calling in and telling us about Eric's final moments.
Let me tell you one more thing. Johnny will probably call in and talk about this too. If you pull up real quick, one thing that's kind of, I guess you could say, eerie, Johnny's elevator, and there's angels on Johnny's elevator sitting above his head in the picture.
Do I have that picture?
Johnny has angels on his elevator?
Yeah. Pull up, and his initials. Pull up Eric's main Facebook page.
Okay. I'll definitely check that out. That's kind of eerie. All right, Jan, listen, I know how painful this is for you. You were closest to Eric, and you took such good care of him, and I got to tell you something. If there is a heaven, you're going to it, Jan. You can be sure of that. You're a good man. Jimmy Kimmel, you're a good man, too. You have a TV show, I understand. It's on at 11:30 at night. Everybody should tune in tonight.
You've heard of this?
I really only called in for a plug.
That's all Jimmy wants. Jimmy, by the way, will be flying with balloons on the Jimmy Kimmel show tonight in honor of Eric. He's going to actually fly out and deliver the entire monologue as he is floating into the sky.
There's another whackpacker that wants to go on Jimmy's show. You know about this?
Who is this?
Underdog.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you've been following that?
There are no other whack packers as far as I'm concerned.
Today, you're right.
You're right. That's the perfect tribute. All right, Jimmy, Jan, thank you. I'm going to go take a commercial break. We've been talking about Eric for an hour, 14 minutes, and I suspect we'll be talking about him a lot more because I see our phones are filled with people who want to speak about him. Jan, thank you for reflecting with us. Jimmy Kimmel, Eric's #1 fan, thank you.
Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. There they go. Jan.
I can't believe Jimmy didn't cry. Jimmy cries over everything.
Jimmy cried over John Ritter. I would think if anyone was going to cry on the air about Eric, would be Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is anyone willing to cry on the air about Eric?
I thought I would. I lost a little bit on Saturday.
Marianne, are you crying?
Yes, I was, Howard. I cried all night and all morning, and little Mikey wrote a song that if it doesn't make you get down on your knees and cry, but my cry turned to anger, Robin. I mean, how do you not know that it was trending on Twitter that Eric died?
I don't follow all of this stuff. I'm not living the life of a social media person. Sorry.
It's not a day to argue, but Howard, you gave him so much joy. In fact, I would be afraid to say, anything like Eric did to you, and you know that, and he said it to you, and, that was what we loved about him. He spoke the truth. Jan took such good care of him, and I just don't believe it. It's like,
all right, Marianne, thank you.
It's so sad, Howard. Howard, we know how much you really loved him and how much he meant to you. Robin, I don't know. It's going to trend. Robin doesn't know what's going on in the news.
All right, Marianne.
You're right, I don't.
It always comes back to Robin.
Robin, get my number. You can call me. I'll give you all information if you need it.
Robin, you're disgraceful. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
How dare Robin not know about Eric the actor?
For the record, Robin cried at Veg Fest when she was stuck there.
Oh, stop.
I'd cry if I was at Veg Fest.
Me too, like a baby.
Yeah, I don't even want to ask Robin about Veg Fest. That's how crazy.
There'd be one exciting thing at Veg Fest.
I got the confirmation that Eric was dead, and it's weird. I went and jerked off.
What?
People mourn in different ways.
That's how I deal with grief. Yeah, I went on YouTube and watched and I said, I'm upset right now. This is horrible, but I feel like jerking off. And I wasn't going to deny myself jerking off because that's our right as American citizens.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I watched this was great, a fake agent where this girl, really hot blonde, is running an agency, and a guy comes in and she seduces him because she convinces him to be important.
The dialogue's the best part of those.
The best. Oh, my God. And the guy's like, I don't know. I don't want to get into. And then she goes, come on. And then she sits down next to him, starts rubbing his cock, and he's like, all right, I'll get into. And it is so great. And I came right when she was blowing him, so I didn't even get to see the ending.
I like when they go, look, they just have to see on video that I can fuck you in the ass,
yeah.
And then you'll get the job.
And big money.
Right.
But
it's always big money, huh?
No, I was laying in bed last night. I'm watching TV. I couldn't get to sleep, and I realized it was because of Eric. Like, I was just kind of upset that Eric was gone, and it really hit me hard when I laid down. I was watching Ray Donovan, which is such a great show. Oh, my God.
I know. That show is so crazy.
Oh, my God. I love that show so much. Ray Donovan. And
see our boy Jay Thomas on there?
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, Jay was great. And it was just like, then it just I turned off the TV and I realized why I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh, fucking Eric is gone. It really hit me hard. I mean, everyone's dropping like flies, and I hate being left. I'm so mad at Eric for leaving. They should have.
You know what? There were many times, Eric gave us a little scare not too long ago saying he might have to go into the hospital, and we were so worried. And, when he said no, that wasn't, necessary, they were going to give him another 6 months before they evaluated the situation again. We thought we had more time.
Yeah.
He used to fight with a lot is Jeff the Drunk. And Jeff and him, there was a great, we use it for a bumper, but inside the actor's studio, when they go back and forth and answer the same 10 questions,
great.
And they get at it,
Eric was upset because Johnny Fratto was starting to represent Jeff the Drunk because Jeff was willing to take gay roles and Eric wasn't.
But that's the other thing. Literally 2 weeks ago, I'm having this argument with him where he's like, I want the homophobic stuff to stop.
What does this mean? On Twitter right now, bye for now is number 2. What do they mean, number 2?
The hashtag bye for now is trending. It's number 2 on Twitter right now.
Bye for now. Oh, that was Eric's favorite phrase, bye for now. And Eric resisted bye for now. That was his catchphrase, and it was really catching on, actually. It was really impressive.
Yeah, as soon as we started to notice it, he stopped doing it.
Yeah, we loved it. And then, as soon as as Robin says, as soon as I like bye for now, then Eric wouldn't do bye for now. It was always bye for now. What was that?
He just went bye. He couldn't even do his catchphrase.
Where's your catchphrase?
Not gonna do it.
Oh, he's holding out the catchphrase.
You dropped your catchphrase?
Yep.
Why?
Are people teasing you about that too?
Yeah, they were they're using that in our messages.
Bye for now. Don't drop your catchphrase.
You stick with it.
Now say your catchphrase.
All right, bye for now.
You're the reporter I called? Crap, don't let the bunnies out.
The Actors Studio is proud to welcome
Eric the Actor.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
What you did in that film was remarkable for so many reasons.
Yeah, I guess from watching that.
What's your favorite word?
Bullshit.
What's your least favorite word?
Ack.
What turned you on?
I've been a Jeff Hardy fan for quite a while.
My name's Kevin Stevens, and I'm an actor here.
Get the fuck away from me, you idiot. He comes anywhere near me, I'll break his wrist. Stay the fuck away from me. Just back the fuck off me, or else you will fucking regret it.
To Broadway, Eric the Actor's tweets, the opera. I do not shit myself. I do not shit on myself. I've never once crapped myself when I was at the A's game. Go fuck yourself and go to hell, you fucking dipshit. Combining opera's most beloved arias with Eric's majestic poetry. I am not gay. I have never fucked you in my life. Experience the passion. You don't fuck. I do not have cum on my glasses. The excitement. I am not a bug-eyed toad. Go fuck yourself, you pathetic, motherfucking dumb fuck dipshit. The fury. I am not fucking bipolar. I do not have a fucking lazy eye. Go fuck yourself. For tickets, use the hashtag ACAC.
All right, a couple of memories of Eric. We've spent an hour and a half on Eric, and I would gladly spend another hour and a half because he deserves it. Yes, Johnny Fratto.
You know, the impact will really hit me when, after a while, I realize we're never going to hear an Eric call. It'll never pop up again where we say, well, Eric the actor's on the phone.
Johnny Fratto, you're on with Jan. Yes.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. And, you know, it's a weird, because of the way he acted, you know, it almost, I mean, we should have all kind of been prepared for this, but we weren't. Because he acted like he was bulletproof, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I knew he was ill, and I knew that he wouldn't last long, and he had defied all of the doctor's predictions. But at the same point, I always thought that Eric would just beat the odds and live forever.
Yeah, but you know what, Howard, you were the medicine. Howard Stern Show was the medicine, and I believe that you guys extended his life. And obviously, I mean, no question, no one could argue that you gave him a great life. You gave him a better life, really, than a lot of people that aren't afflicted.
People used to say to me, are you making fun of Eric? I go, no. I said, I treat Eric like everyone else. I do not want to treat him differently. And I think Eric liked that. I think Eric liked mixing it up.
But you provided a lot of things for him to do, and those were the things that he loved. And that's what kept him alive. But the reality is, and when I laughed, you know, because he would be always after one of you. And it would be Robin, or it would be you, or it would be Fred with the noises, or Gary, you know, or Will.
Gary, yeah.
Something wrong on the phone. And, you know, he would call me, and he was always, you know, he was always going to get even, or he was always going to beat you.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this is why I stuck around, because, you know, here's a kid that, like you said earlier, I mean, he can't walk, he can't use his hands, he can't make a sandwich, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Or use the restroom, or take a bath. But here he is with confidence that it doesn't even, where did it come from? Where did all that confidence come from? Where did the courage come from, you know?
So you stuck around with Eric because you stuck around with Eric because I think you genuinely liked him. I think you were fascinated by him.
Howard, I wanted to hate him so badly.
Right.
I really, truly did, and I ended up loving the fucking kid.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, me too. I love when he told you
he was entitled. He was entitled from, you know, if you want to believe in. I think this fucker was some kind of an evil ruler in another time. And they said, you're going back to Earth, and this is what you're going to be, because the body didn't fit the brain.
Right.
What was going on in the brain didn't fit in the body. I mean, you know,
there's so much, you know,
and John Ford Glock.
There's so much suffering going on in the world, and this is a guy who really, no matter how much he was suffering, you're right, he was like Genghis Khan. I mean, he was going to conquer the world.
He did not care, and he didn't care, and he didn't see himself as handicapped. So when he saw girls, we'd be pushing him down the street, and he would immediately say, "Wheel me up to that girl," and he would do his best.
I really love that. Johnny, I do want to say, before I run out of time, Johnny, I do want to say this to you, and Jan is numero uno, and you're numero two, because you really, it was so great that you acted as his manager, and you took his calls, and you treated him seriously, and you would make arrangements for him. I mean, it was a major pain in the ass in Johnny's life. You know, Johnny's got a family, and he runs a business and all that. And to sit there and take incessant, one phone call after another, over and over and over again from little Eric.
Oh, Howard, you had no idea. I mean, hundreds, really sometimes 40, 50 calls a day.
Wow.
And any time of the day or night, he didn't care that Johnny had a life, a business. Any time of the day
or night, and then he would do like time limits on everything. Like, in other words, like he wanted to get laid, and he knew he couldn't go to the bunny ranch. And I didn't know that. I heard it on your show, but then he talked about the altitude. But I heard that first, and I'm thinking, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, now it's like, you know, I have to find sea level to get you fucking, you know.
Yeah, it's not hard enough.
It was always like some impossible thing, and then he would put a time on it. Like,
Right.
you got 2 hours to do this, or you got 3 hours to do this.
Hey, he knew he was running out of time, so he had to definitely put a time limit on it. That's it. Johnny, thank you.
that was it.
Yeah, Johnny, thank you, and Jan, thank you if you're on the line there. And guys, Johnny, I thought it was great the way you had interaction with Eric, and I know you are heartbroken. I know he was you considered him family. I know that.
I loved him.
I know.
And the guy on the phone here, this Jan.
Yeah.
That's a man's man. That's a man's man, Howard. The way he took care of this kid.
Right.
That I never see nobody care so much.
Well,
Ever.
you're absolutely right. That's
no one will ever do that for me. I promise you.
I feel that about Jan, and I feel Eric was a bit heartbroken because he loved Jan so much, and I got to tell you, Jan, you're a stand-up dude, and I really mean that, and I think the world of you. And Johnny, same. And now maybe you can finally pay attention to your kids now that Eric is gone. If anything good comes out of this, Johnny will now pay attention to his kids because he was more wrapped up in Eric's life than his own children.
Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you guys could tell when he called into the show, the other thing he was super stressed and worried about was the surgery. He was pretty sure it was going to happen in November, and nobody knew what the outcome of that would be.
Maybe if they'd done that surgery, maybe he could have lived a little longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Howard, I don't think he would have ever made it to it.
No, because he was so sick.
He was way too frail. I think he was way too frail.
Yeah. All right, Jan. Let us know how you're doing from time to time, Johnny. Of course, we'll hear from you. And thanks, guys. And I'm so sorry that Eric's gone. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Bye. Well, there they are. The two guys closest to Eric, Jan and Johnny Fratto, who was his longtime manager, believe it or not. You know.
Some of those negotiations were priceless as well, that Johnny would have to go through for Eric's various activities.
I should have asked Jan. I mean, who's going to clean out Eric's stuff? You know, like what happens to Eric's chair? What happens to Eric's memorabilia? All his little, his A's, his beloved A's, the hats.
Yeah, and I think he collected a lot of autographs and all of that stuff.
Like it is. What are they doing with all that? I wonder if Jan's a part of that.
Well, he said he was staying there a week longer. He's probably helping.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what the WWE is feeling. You know, they've lost one of their biggest supporters.
Eric Lynch, Eric the actor. Some knew him as Eric the midget. He didn't like that, so we changed it to Eric the actor. But he complained, and he was great. He was no bigger than 4 feet tall, but boy, oh boy, did he have a big presence on this show. And he didn't have the looks, he didn't have the strong body, but he had a mind on his shoulders that I think people will never forget. And he really did teach us a lot.
I love that Johnny said he'd have them roll him right up to any beautiful woman he saw, and he'd take a shot.
That's right. He tried to find things in life that mattered to him and go after them, and Eric lived life. You know, most of us wouldn't have the balls to ask for a free pass to a whorehouse, but Eric did. And maybe that was the secret to life. Who knows?
Look, who demands to be on TV shows and then gets his way?
Always got his way. You know, Eric needed a lot of help. He really did. He needed my help getting acting jobs. He needed help from the government getting oxygen and medical supplies. He needed Jan, of course. He needed Johnny. He needed his parents. He needed free stuff from Amazon. But, he had a wish list for some of the most ridiculous shit that you've ever seen. He wanted, on his wish list, for real, the big book of boobs, an Eric Chavez action figure from the Oakland A's. He wanted a case. That's 24 bottles of Dr. Brown's cream soda. He wanted every flavor and size of Gatorade that you can imagine. He wanted pellet pistols, blank guns.
Pellet. That's right. He loved guns.
What's a Little Debbie zebra cake? He wanted that, too. I don't even know that.
It's a brand of cake. Little Debbie's is a brand.
He even wanted batting gloves, and I don't know why. He was in a wheelchair. I don't get it.
He's going on the batting cage.
Yeah. And even more bizarrely, he wanted the Sony headphones, the Simon Cowell edition Sony headphones.
The Simon Cowell edition.
Yeah. Some knew him as Eric this, Eric that. We'll know him as Eric the Angel now. We're going to change his name. Eric the Little Belligerent Angel.
Well, now we're getting quite a few representatives up there from our whack pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've lost quite a few people.
Would you say that Eric, Gary and I were just talking about this, would you say that Eric was Hank the Angry Dwarf a bigger impact on the show, or Eric?
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one.
That's a good question.
I said possibly Eric. I mean, Hank, was right up there.
Hank was amazing.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think I'm calling that even.
Right. Well, I want to thank Kelly Clarkson this morning because she's the reason I found Eric.
Yes.
Eric
Thank
was
goodness
in love
you
with
called her fat.
That's right. If I hadn't called her fat,
we've never met Eric.
The ball never would have started. The ball never would have started rolling. He was 85 pounds. And I think anywhere between 3 and 3.5 feet tall. I never really figured it out. But you can't judge a book by its cover. Because too often in life, we pass by little guys like that in wheelchairs, or we give them a tap on the head or something, treating them like they're 3 years old. And Eric didn't want any of that. He had a rich life, and it was filled with bitterness and triumph and agony and all that kind of stuff. And through his own little devices, Jimmy Kimmel became friends with him, and Natalie Maines adored him, and Hollywood producers and directors put him in TV shows, and his obituary is even in Variety magazine and Us magazine.
Yeah. Zac Efron called him out for the Ice Bucket Challenge. Look at that.
And like Joan Rivers, even though, when Joan Rivers died, it was a shock to us. Even though we knew, she was 81 years old, how much longer could she live? And like with Eric, you knew he wasn't going to live forever, but it still comes as a shock that he's dead.
Yeah.
It really
and it's
does.
just like Johnny Fratto said, it was because he always fought back with such a vengeance. He never seemed or sounded frail. He didn't feel frail. And so we always believed he'd be around.
God, he loved wrestling. I don't think there was much left on his bucket list. He did get out and do a lot of stuff. We even got him laid.
He went to the matches. He met the wrestlers. And he did. He got laid. He had never had that experience before encountering this show.
That's right. I also loved how delusional he was. We were having Jonah Hill on the show, and he actually sent us a direct message that was, I know Jonah Hill's coming on, and that he's a fan of mine. If he wants to talk, please call me. That was a message from Eric about Jonah Hill. I don't know that Jonah Hill ever called, though. Who knows?
I don't know, but Jonah did remember him.
Yep. And I guess Eric's last acting job is Brickleberry. Brickleberry. He's on the cartoon.
Oh, yes. And you know what? Last week, wasn't Yucko calling to say they might cut Eric out of the show?
Yes. I got annoyed with Yucko for that. I said, you knew what Eric sounded like. Don't cut him out. What, it shocks you that Eric speaks the way he does?
Terrible.
Come on.
You know what we didn't play? Remember those times we would have an American Idol contestant that he was a fan of call him and try sex talking with him?
Oh, man, there's so many things I could have played. I played a bunch of stuff this morning, but, I could play you 3,000 tapes, 3,000 hours. Well, as the days and weeks go by,
we will remember.
We'll remember Eric. But my favorite story was Eric and the werewolves in New Mexico. So that's, we all have our own favorite moments. Let me see if there's anything else. There was a bunch of fans on the phone. I'll get to them as much as I possibly can. I do have to take another break, though, first. There's other things on people's minds besides Eric the actor. We'll try to get to those as well. But, Wolfie, I see you've been on the phone all morning. What do you want to say about Eric the actor?
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to say I'm really bummed. Eric was just a really good dude. I was actually talking to him a lot over the past 2 months over the telephone, and just the kind of stuff that he would share. He had a big heart, and I know he was really mad about Gary and denying that Eric contributed to ALS, but Eric even told me about other charities that he gave to. So he really was a good guy.
Right. All right, Wolfie. Thank you.
Yeah. He he gave me some facts about just his general routine, and I was always curious if you'd be interested to know about some of that stuff that he did on a daily basis.
Sure, go ahead.
How many times per day do you think Eric brushed his teeth?
I'm going to say he probably wasn't that fastidious. I'm going to say 3 times a day.
Now, 1 time per day.
That's it.
Yep, he said he was just really bad about remembering that thing.
He would do it in the morning?
He didn't say when, because he only woke up around noon every day, so I would guess it would be later on in the afternoon.
How did that come up in conversation? You just asked him?
Yeah, I was talking to him for a while, and then he would just start saying stuff, and I'm like, man, I got to document this and remember it, so I would just kind of write down interesting things. Like, what do you think Eric's greatest fear in life was?
Drowning.
No, venomous snakes.
Not werewolves?
No, not werewolves. And that always cracked me up, because when would Eric ever encounter a venomous snake?
Well, maybe when he went to New Mexico to tape In Plain Sight.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was his fear.
Yeah, he's just a fascinating guy. The stuff that he would come up with would always...
Yeah, give me more. This is good, Wolfie.
Okay, if Eric could have any career of an actor, which actor would he want?
Johnny Depp.
Not even close.
Let me think. Jack Nicholson.
No, it'd be The Rock.
Think about the things that Eric is into, though, and that'll help you.
What about Robin says The Rock? And maybe that's it.
Nope.
Who is it?
Matthew Perry.
Oh, my God, from
Matthew
Friends?
Perry?
And the reason was he was in a movie called The Whole 9 Yards, where he stood in a room with Amanda Peet when she was naked. So he got to see that. That's why Eric would want his career.
You know, that's the kind of thinking that I loved about Eric. Like, he didn't think about the roles of a lifetime or anything. He thought about, like, standing in a room naked with Amanda Peet.
Yeah, he was a guy's guy. He really was.
Yeah. What else you got there? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch. What was Eric's favorite fast food restaurant?
I'm going to say Wendy's. I got to get one of these right.
Taco Bell.
It's a place you guys used to love.
Roy Rogers?
Roy Rogers?
Oh, actually, no, sorry. It was Arby's. Arby's was his favorite.
Yeah, we didn't love Arby's.
No, we didn't. No, Arby's wasn't our thing.
What did he get? What did he get? The roast beef sandwich?
He liked the hot ham and Swiss, the chicken bacon and Swiss, the chicken cordon bleu, the curly fries, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, and chicken strips.
Oh, my goodness.
Didn't he, at one point, wasn't he following on Twitter some of the fast food restaurants like McDonald's?
Yeah, I believe he was, yeah.
And, you know, a part of, Cinnabon he followed. But, what you know, it's funny. You'd think Eric would have been a little bit more of a healthy eater, but I guess he didn't give a shit.
How many times per week did he eat fast food?
You know, he wasn't in actual good shape for a little guy 3 foot tall. I mean, he wasn't fat. How many times a week did he eat fast food? This has got to be a big number.
He told me on average.
7 times.
3 times.
Yeah, I bet you it was 7.
But what did he eat otherwise? Did Jan cook?
I know what his favorite snack food was.
I'm going to say, Pringles?
You got it right.
You're kidding. I knew that.
How did you know that?
From his Amazon wish list.
Yeah, that was his favorite snack food.
No wonder Eric had stomach problems. Eating all that shit.
Yeah, Jan was talking about how he had stomach problems. Listen to what he ate.
Yeah, if I was taking care of Eric, I'd just be like, Eric, why don't you fucking stop eating all that shit?
What was his favorite food overall?
I'm going to say some Italian dish, either pizza or spaghetti.
Nope, bacon.
Oh, wow.
He did not hesitate. He loved bacon.
You know, I was thinking as you're talking, as bad as Eric's diet was, I'm realizing now JD would probably drop 20 pounds if he ate as well as Eric. Because I watched what JD eats, and it's fucking unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah, but those I could go on, but those are a few of the good ones. And the other thing that he told me that when he was in high school, it just kind of shows you the kind of guy he was, that he was the highest earner in this charity competition that they have. And the thing that cracked me up, the competition was called a mathalon. So whoever answered the most math questions correctly got the most money for charity, and Eric won that.
That can't be true.
That's what I could not believe that he could. I don't know how he.
Either that or all the kids in his school were morons.
What, did they get the test beforehand and it was open book or something?
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy, and
right.
you treated him really well. I know he liked you. He didn't like Gary very much, but he did like you.
Yeah, Gary was his enemy. Did you? Yeah. It's interesting. What do you have, a file on everybody? I mean, because you're like a creepy stalker, Wolfie.
No, this was like I said. I only started talking to him maybe 2 months ago, and just as he was saying stuff, it was just fascinating.
Did you?
How did you wind up talking to him?
But you take notes, right? And then you.
I took notes on that, but I felt guilty about it. Like I never called in with it,
right?
Because I didn't want to. I felt like that was kind of betraying his trust. I didn't want to do that, but yeah. But now.
Why were you talking to him?
Just I hooked up with him from another guy from the show. He gave me his contact information, and we started talking.
Wolfie has a full-time job, which is unbelievable because he's got so much time.
Well, okay, Howard, the only time you could talk to Eric would want me to call him at midnight my time.
Right.
because that's, outside of his nap or TV schedule. So, yeah, late at night, every now and then I'd give him a call.
He didn't DVR? He would just, watch TV in real time?
I guess not. I don't know to that level. But that's what he said. He would always say, yeah, give me a call at midnight.
What facts do you have on speech impediment, man? Do you have any?
Nah, I don't know him.
Okay, all right. Well, try to find out.
He'll be calling you later with his contact information.
All right, Wolfie, thank you for remembering Eric.
Yeah, good guy. Thanks, Howard.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye for now. That's how we should end. Bye for now. Using Eric's catchphrase.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, Whack Packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today is the longest tenured staff member of the entire Howard Stern Show, aside from Howard himself. He is also an accomplished musician. He's responsible for all of the sound drops that we hear on the show. And he's the one guy no one wants to get in a confrontation with or challenge in a test of knowledge and memory. He's responsible for a lot of memorable moments on the show, one being a bachelor party that nearly killed him, a name change that he didn't tell anyone about for years, refusal to recognize Carol Alt as a supermodel.
Stand by.
I will get to this in 1 second. A Dell'Abate in which he met his lovely wife, and of course, one of the most hysterical Gary impressions of all time. If you have ever thought about buying your mom a cookie puss on Mother's Day, then you really should thank the motorcycle-riding, mysterious man from Mars, Mr. Fred Norris. Hello, Fred.
Nice to see you. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We had just an overwhelming number of questions for you. People have a lot to ask, so I'm going to jump right in with a first question here.
Please do.
From LED. She wants to know, what the heck is the deal with the name change?
Could you be more specific?
I can tell you that we got really more questions about their name change than probably anything else for you.
So this is actually a moment where I can maybe explain myself a little bit better than what I would normally explain. It's not going to be any clearer to you once I give you this explanation. We should probably just fast forward through this whole thing right now. Here's the deal. I was born with a name that I absolutely hated. But, it was just a name, so everybody gets stuck with that. But as I got older and more cantankerous or whatever, I'm going like, why am I stuck with this name? I could change that, Number one, my surname at the time, which was Nukas, belonged to my biological father, who decided to cut on us when I was 5 years old, and basically left us destitute. At the time, we probably could have been on welfare, but my mom was too proud to get on that. See, she was cleaning people's houses for a living or whatever. And I was a latchkey kid. I'm giving you much more information than you absolutely need. Needless to say, I didn't have a whole lot of love for my father. My mom got remarried later on, and his name was Norris. And he was great to me and great to my brother and really raised us correctly. The middle name, which was Leo, which I guess is hip now because of Leonardo DiCaprio, I didn't like that name either because it had no hipness back then. And it was also the name that was given to me by my godmother, who was the woman who ran off with my biological father. Do we get the picture now? Okay. And Fred, of course, I just think it's a clunky name. And I just asked my mom one day, I said, Mom, why did you name me Fred? Well, you were named after your grandfather, whose name was Fritz. Well, I guess that's, I dodged a bullet with that, but Fred's not much better than Fritz. And I says, well, were there any other names on the table? And she said, yes, Eric. And I go, well, why didn't you name me Eric? And she said, because that was the name of an old boyfriend, and your father was jealous, which I found very ironic. So, there you go. I think I've explained the first name, which should have been my first name, which was Eric. The middle name, which I kept basically because, well, whatever. Not everybody's going to buy into the whole Eric thing. And the last name, Norris, which is a tribute to my late stepfather. So I don't know if that answers your question. It probably creates more questions than answers, but there you go, LD.
One follow-up on that is, why, if you go through the trouble of changing it, why then continue to go by Fred?
Because that's how everybody knows me.
Okay.
It's like all of a sudden, like one day, Robin tried to go on the air. I wish to be known as Robin Ophelia Quivers. No one bought into that.
Okay.
So I just know that you just can't do things like that and expect that there's going to be backlash.
So you enjoy Eric in your private life?
Yeah, but nobody calls me Eric. There you go. I don't know. It was foolish.
Fair enough. Next question's from Ryan R. Ryan asks, I'd like to know how you managed to keep your family off the air in private. Did you have a talk with Howard?
No, I did not have a talk with Howard. It just organically is one of those things that I don't really bring up unless, of course, it's just, average, regular conversations. I mean, look, Howard has kids. He didn't always trot them out for the world to see. Gary has kids. He may mention them from time to time, but it's one of those things that I think Howard understands. That family is special and family should be kept separate. It's kind of like the mob. It's like you keep your family out of it. Nobody gets attacked when it comes to your family and stuff like that. As for me, I'm fair game.
Question from Adam J. Adam asks, will we ever hear or see King Norris live on the show?
I don't believe you'll see King Norris live on this show. We have done some things where we play out. There was a thing on Fuse TV. You can go on YouTube and look for this. If you really want to see King Norris play, that's where you can see an appearance. It was a memorable night. I think we did it live. And I think you your pants as you're doing it, but it was a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. And who knows, maybe you'll see me doing music somewhere. I just don't know where yet. Maybe in the subway, maybe on the web, I don't know. But I've got some songs kicking around that I kind of want to share with the world. It's not necessarily King Norris music, so we'll figure it out. I'll get it to you somehow, if you're interested.
We're all interested. Question from Marlon M. Marlon asks, as the only true musician on the show, what is the one musical guest performance in studio that has wowed you the most, and who disappointed you the most?
I can give you the disappointment first.
Okay.
Because it blew me away. I have been a fan of ZZ Top and Billy Gibbons since way, way back. I mean, I bought every piece of crap record when they weren't so good, and I bought the good ones, and I liked them all equally. I think Billy Gibbons has a guitar sound like no other. Jimi Hendrix agreed with me. He went on the Tonight Show and said he thought that Billy Gibbons was like, the world's greatest guitarist, and next to him or whatever, or just in general. So imagine my delight when one day Gary says, hey, guess who's coming on the show? Billy Gibbons. I'm like, that's great. He's like, that guy's got tone up the wazoo. He knows how to play. He's just so cool. I bought the Guayo. I mean, Tejas. If you have the album Tejas, listen to Tejas. I consider that a boogie band's version of Dark Side of the Moon. Just Asleep in the Desert. Anyways, I'm digressing here. Anyway, he comes on the show with this cigar box guitar and does these, for lack of a better expression, versions of ZZ Top songs. And I'm like, we get ZZ Top? And this is it? This is what I'm going to see? I know he's better than this. I know they're a great band. So why are we getting like the treatment? I don't know. I don't know if it was intentional. I know Billy is very artistic. I mean, apparently he's not the guy that you think he is with the whole beard. He's not like a mountain man. He's very sophisticated. I think he has an art museum like in Austin or Dallas or wherever they're from. So he's very sharp. He's very intelligent. So maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe he was trying to enlighten us, educate us. I just wanted ZZ Top songs, man. Play them.
Yeah.
As for the greatest, far too many. Oh, I got it. Stevie Wonder.
Really?
Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, who is basically should be on the Mount Rushmore of pop musicians anywhere. He comes into the studio with his little keyboard. I think he was a fan of the show, which even blew me away more.
Yeah.
Because I grew up as a little kid listening to Stevie Wonder on the radio going like, man, this guy's blind. He writes all these amazing songs. He plays most of the instruments himself. He's just a terrific songwriter. There's nobody like him, ever, anywhere. He's like in his 60s, and he still has a great voice. He comes in on the show, and he goes, oh, hope you don't mind, but my throat's a little bad this morning, and and he was apologizing. And he comes in, and he just sings song after song, just like you're listening to the record. And it just blew me away. I've never seen anything like that. He is music. It's like if you look under music in the dictionary, it's Stevie Wonder, the most musical man on the planet, bar none.
Next question from Michael J. Michael asks, F, marry, kill. Beth, marry Dell'Abate, Elisa Jordana. Explain why.
I'm not touching that one.
Well, you have to.
No,
you can't flake out of an F, marry, kill.
That's a landmine.
Come on.
I'm not stepping on that. Nope. Not happening. Not in this lifetime. Not in any other lifetime.
How about
I enjoy them all. They're wonderful, wonderful people. I can tell you right now, I'm not killing anybody.
Okay.
It's like,
how about just the marry?
I'm like a Buddhist. Actually, you know what? I'd like to be a Mormon and marry all three of them.
Listen, that's a solid answer.
All right.
Brian S. asks, what started the Rainbow Room argument? Can you finally reveal what the argument was about?
I can't tell you what the argument was about. Because quite honestly, I probably had a couple of drinks in me.
Okay.
However, at the time, nobody realized this. My wife and I were separated. And we were trying to work things out. And Jackie and Nancy were celebrating, of all things, their anniversary. And they invited us. They thought it was a very special evening. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if we should go to this thing. And my wife was saying, look, they're friends. It's their night, et cetera, et cetera. We were feeling, and we didn't want to let anybody know on the show that we were having difficulties. Yeah. And we were. And to this day, I'm still not sure what those difficulties were. But we're back together and everything's hunky-dory. Anyway, it was probably not the best thing to do considering our emotional matrimonial state at the time.
Okay.
As Jackie and Nancy got up to dance, I think I was kind of pressing, why aren't things working out? Why, like we're going to solve, our marital problems, with me being half drunk in the middle of a public place with people watching, et cetera, et cetera. And it went very bad very quickly. And the only thing that I could do at that point in time was just, you know what? I'm upsetting her. I'm ruining the evening. I got to walk. And that's what I did. So any other stories that you may have heard of that evening of me throwing things, not true. Me trying to hit somebody, not true. There was some allegations made that I can tell you right now. I may have been looped, but other than being clumsy and loud and stupid, that's as far as it went.
Good to know. Thank you for shedding light on that. Question from Tony N. Tony asks, where do you think you would be today if you and Howard never crossed paths?
Man, that's almost like one of those things like a Jimmy Stewart movie or something like that. Every time you hear a bell ring, Sal drops his pants. I don't know where I'd be today, I'll be honest with you. It was a happy accident that it all went down. I mean, in a million years, I never thought that I'd be where I am today in New York. And unlike other people on this program who hate New York, not growing up here, I'm considered to be a rube, a hillbilly, someone who is very unsophisticated. However, I don't know, for some reason when I was a little kid, there was always a fantasy in the back of my mind, I'd love to go to New York. I'd love to see what it's all about. It was exciting to me. No one else in my family ever had that desire. They all wanted to stay right where they were. And there's no shame in that. But there was something to me about going to a place where everybody wanted to be, where you could do exciting things, where you could see symphonies. Yeah, I like symphonic music, okay? Call me a queer. I don't give a shit. I like symphonic music. And, things of that nature. New York was where I wanted to be. And the fact that I'm able to live out a dream of being creative, being part of something that is monumental. It has certainly exceeded all my expectations in life. So to imagine being anywhere else, that would be depressing, I think.
Okay, stay here then. Question from Ann H. Ann asks, please take us through the process of hearing the mention of something, and then Gil asks, who were your heroes growing up that inspired you to get into radio?
I really didn't have any radio heroes because, quite honestly, there was nobody where I was growing up that was great. And I didn't have access to New York radio. We're a little too far away. I mean, you know, when you hear the stories about the Cousin Bruceys and Murray the K's and all that, I mean, what they were doing in Hartford, which was the main market where I grew up, it was all pale imitations of what they were doing in New York. I mean, I think there were some times when they would actually, like, especially during the era of the Beatles, you know, it's like New York stations would get the Beatles record before Hartford. I mean, Hartford was a 35th, 36th market. So it's going to be like, you know, it's like by Wells Fargo Stagecoach. We'll get the record like 3 days later or something like that. But you had some guys who wanted to be aggressive, so they might actually drive into New York, tape it off the radio, and then drive it back and then play it on the air or something like that. And occasionally you would hear like WABC. Oh, somehow that wasn't supposed to be on their airway, but they wanted to get every ounce of that song on their airways before before they had to fade it out or something like that. So there was nobody really there. I mean, Bob Steele. Look up Bob Steele. I'm not going to bore you with who Bob Steele was. The only other guy I could think of was a guy by the name of Sandy Beach. And all he did was laugh. He had this laugh that kind of sounded like a dolphin going through a prostate exam. And that was his thing. You know, he didn't really say anything particularly witty. It was like, you know, I'm Sandy Beach. And believe it or not, I think he's still around. I've actually, you know, gone on the internet a couple times. Okay, here he is in Buffalo. Okay, here he is in some station in Long Island, and it just looks depressing because, you know, when you're a kid, you're listening to the radio and it sounded like an exciting world, and you imagine that these people are larger than life, and to find out they're like in some hole in Dubuque is just very depressing. I mean, what we do here is just amazing. You know, it's like that's what we do here is above and beyond what radio should be. This isn't real radio. This is an anomaly.
If you could only save one of these two from dying, your choices are Jackie or Stuttering John. Who do you save? Please explain why you would like to see the other person not saved.
Slam dunk.
What do you got?
Jackie Martling. Jackie Martling, you know, in spite of the fact that maybe, you know, we've had our moments or whatever. I mean, you know what? We were very close personally off the air. Our wives, when he was married to, whoever he was married to, were very close. Jackie and I, when he wasn't complaining about everything, was a fun guy to hang around with. John, you know, I'm not going to get too down on him because that makes me look like a, you know, like a malcontent or something like that. You know, I don't hate John. Everybody has, oh, you hate John, blah, 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 you're jealous. And it's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I just didn't particularly like his work ethic. You know, I think he got a lot from this show without really doing a whole hell of a lot. And that has nothing to do with where he ended up in his life. It has more to do with, you know, it was like, you know, he was like Huck Finn. He had everybody else painting the fences for him while he sat back and, you know, I mean, there were people who take great delight in telling, oh yeah, John had me do his work for him and he paid me $10. I'm like, no, that was John's job to do. It's like he's paying you to do that. I don't know. So if there is a reason that I'm not crazy about him in my lifetime, it's like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for people who work hard and people who are honest and people who don't try and flim-flam you. And I think he did all three.
John's not getting saved.
No, not by me anyhow. He'll talk someone else into taking the bullet for him, I guess.
I want to thank Fred for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted.
Aren't you sorry? Aren't you sorry you asked these?
Send your questions in. You can tweet them. You can Facebook them. You can send a video submission and be a part of the show. You can email them. Remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time today?
Yes, I did.
I had a fine time too.
And if I didn't say that, Richie Wilson would have beat the out of me.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm well.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's good about it?
Well, nothing. It's Monday.
I get 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I've got hemorrhoids the size of golf balls. Where am I going?
I should say bad morning to you.
It is a bad morning.
Right here.
Screw morning. I'm a comedian. What am I doing up at this hour?
I know.
This is wrong.
This is not right. So how are you feeling, Tom? I mean, I know you've gotten to know Howard a bit through America's Got Talent and your run on that show.
Yeah.
So how do you anticipate this going, making the transition to the studio?
I think it's going to be kind of like having warts burned off your penis. It's going to be painful. There's going to be some blood. Not looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I am. I'm actually honored to be here. Thrilled. Big fan has.
Well, I hope it's not as painful as what you just described.
Like you've never had warts burned off your penis.
All right, maybe a few, but
a few.
I think if it's under 10, it doesn't count. So
no. It's always an under 10.
All right, man. We'll see you in the studio.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. All right. Tom Cotter was on America's Got Talent. I am a judge on America's Got Talent. I, of course, encouraged him, and I felt he was terrific. I think he should have won. But he didn't. The
America voted.
America have voted, and they voted not for Tom Cotter, but he came in number 2. Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
Be seen. Thank you.
Sorry we were late with you. We had 2 black gentlemen in here yelling at each other.
I heard that.
Yes.
And nothing's better than that.
Nothing's better than 2 black guys yelling at each other. So there you go. Tom.
Yes, sir.
Well, what is it like to make that decision to go on America's Got Talent? Now, what I heard was that you didn't like Piers Morgan as a judge when you used to watch the show on TV.
Yeah.
And you would, maybe years ago even thought about going on America's Got Talent, and you said no way because of Piers?
Well, he has a stick up his ass. I think we all know that. And you replaced him, and you're comedy friendly, as is Howie. So it made it much more agreeable for comedians to come on. The first year, 2 comics made it to the semis. I credit you guys with that.
Right.
And, making it to the finals first time, that's all because of you and not because of him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because... I'd like to think that maybe I had a positive influence and that maybe people showed up that wouldn't normally show up because they would think that I would be friendlier to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Piers hated comics. I think he had his, funny bone surgically removed as a child or something. He's a bitter man.
Could it be a difference between the British sense of humor and the American sense of humor? Maybe that was it.
I think he's just, I don't know who peed in his cornflakes. The guy just did not like comics. And he threw people under the bus, too. So coming on the show is a risk because it can help you. Or, they can say something nasty and set you back a couple years, which they have in the past. So I was worried about that, too.
Yeah, I often think about that. If I was a stand-up comic, would I go on one of these shows? Because if they blow you off early and tell you you're shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that could really hurt.
You're not just back to square one. I mean, you got to start fresh again. You got to, dig out of that hole for the next 2 years.
If you had to do your whole life over again, would you choose to be a stand-up comic? And I really want to know the truth.
This year turned things around, obviously, dramatically. But until this year, I was scratching and clawing, and it's tough. All my friends have the white picket fence and the BMWs and the driveway and the 401k.
And what do they do for a living?
Lawyers, right?
Doctors, lawyers, Wall Street guys, and,
I understand it because when I got into radio, all of my friends seemed to be getting set up in life. And they, people looked at me like I was insane. I mean, I was making $96 a week, and who in radio has any kind of security, and who even gets, to make a good living in it? And it's still like that today. Most of my friends are really up Schitt's Creek because they're in radio, and now they're too old to get out of radio, and it's mind-boggling how bad the business is. And I mean, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky that I was successful at it, but it's such a bad business.
It is.
And stand-up, I mean, even going to these clubs and stuff, a lot of them have dried up, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, it used to be the rock and roll of the 80s, and I, of course, got in after that because I'm a moron. And then, then it started to wane. Karaoke killed it, for a while. Because every night, I started in Boston, and in Boston, there was comedy every night of the week. You couldn't take a night off. There was.
So you're telling me people would rather hear some guy get up out of the audience and sing badly than hear a comic?
For club owners, it was cheaper. Comics were showing up all jacked up on cocaine if they showed up at all, whereas the karaoke machine's always going to be there.
Did that make you angry when other comics don't treat it that seriously and they ruin the business for a guy like you who does take it seriously and you work hard at your craft?
I think the funniest guys ever in the business were the guys who were troubled and had issues. So I can't throw stones at that.
Did you ever try and go out and get troubles? I mean, seriously, did you ever try to make your life full of like Kinison was out of control, but one of the most brilliant comics there was. Did you ever say maybe I'm just playing life too safe? I got to go be crazy.
Let me get a heroin habit.
Yeah, right.
Did you
ever try heroin?
No, never tried that.
Maybe you needed to.
Perhaps. Those guys, Richard Pryor, all the way back to Belushi, all those Tears of a Clown, they're all screwed up. They're all,
Are you a screwed up guy in that sense, or do you think you're too normal?
I think we all have issues. I certainly have mine.
Was your issue your father? Your father was a neurosurgeon, right?
Still is. He's not dead.
Still alive.
Let's calm down on that.
And but it looked to you, to your father, you looked like a fuck up because you were going into comedy.
Yeah.
And so do you think maybe that's your big issue with your dad?
Well, my dad put himself through on the GI Bill, went to World War II, scratched and clawed, put himself through medical school on the GI Bill, and then put 6 kids through private school and college. And when his youngest decided to tell jokes about his crotch in front of strangers in a basement,
and you were a good student.
I should have pulled out. No, my dad was a brilliant guy. I was not a good student.
You were not?
Well, I was all right.
He wanted you to be a lawyer.
He wanted me to be a lawyer, yeah.
Right. Do you ever look back on your life and say, I should have listened to my father, I should have become a lawyer? Because the road in comedy, because I think you're an exceptionally brilliant comic. I really meant that when I said it on America's Got Talent. I saw you one time doing a rehearsal, and they don't encourage us to watch rehearsals as judges, but I did anyway. I just watched it, and you did this amazing set. But you did it on the roll of a dice, like you used a die, and you had the Nick roll it, and it came up, and you did your set. I said, I hope he does that set. He probably, no matter what number, he's just going to do that set. It was so fucking great. Came out, the die went or something, and you pulled out a whole nother act. Or maybe it wasn't even the thing with the dice. Like you actually, in rehearsal, did a whole different act that was brilliant. And then you went on and did some other act that was really, really great. But I was like, I wish he would have done that other material because it was so brilliant. You've got a lot of material.
I've been at it for 25 years, Howard. It would be pathetic if I didn't have a lot of stuff.
Yes, but you were able to pull it out and bring out this great stuff, and yet you are struggling. It's crazy to me. A guy like you should be on top of the world.
There are a shitload of us out there that are, below the radar. That are, that are out there.
What has happened since the show? Has the show made a difference?
The show has been great. This woman recognized me yesterday, and I will never forget what she said. She said, "That's him, officer, third from the left," and it felt good. She singled out like that. It's been good. Yeah, obviously, your stock goes up a little bit. You
did the America's Got Talent tour, right?
I did. Yeah. Well, it's not the tour. Okay. There's one show in Vegas,
right?
That's stationary at the Palazzo, and then there's a tour that also goes around. Dillman's on the tour.
Oh, is he?
He is.
The crowd loves him, right?
The crowd loves Dillman. I love
Dillman, the mentalist.
Great dude.
Yeah.
You like him.
Of course I do. Great dude.
I recently had, who the hell did I have on? I had Horse on. And
I know.
And he said he didn't like the Sand Artist. He didn't like him as a person. Did you not like certain people backstage?
Yeah. First of all, I heard that he had kind of shit on Joe Castillo. Joe Castillo couldn't have been the nicest guy. He's an unbelievably sweet guy.
Right, seems like it.
Yeah, and so Horse had issues with him, and I don't even know what that is. And I would equate that, and I said to my wife that if your car was on fire on the side of the road, Joe Castillo would be the first guy to pull over, and Horse would drive by, beep, and give you the finger. That's the difference between those two. And Horse, by the way, we all have testicles. I can't look away. We all watch it. But even if his testicles are numb, it would still hurt to get hit in the penis. So I think he has a vagina. He has to have
Were you
vagina.
upset as a comedian who works at his craft for 25 years? Were you upset to be in the competition that long with a guy who gets kicked in the nuts? Honestly, did it bother you on some level?
You know what, Howard? I could not look away. There are acts that are great that I could look away, that I couldn't give a shit about. That act, amazed me.
Me
could
too.
not. I was glued. I mean, I was cringing, but I was glued to this TV screen. I'd throw no stones at him.
So you're not a snob in the sense that you said, hey, you know, comics have, in a sense, maybe I am. I mean, comics have such a hard job to walk out and make people laugh. But yet, we got to be honest. That guy Horse, people love him.
People dug him. I mean, the crowds went nuts when he went. He was on, in my New York audition, he was on like 3 before me. That was the biggest response of the night, bar none. I mean, he was, and I couldn't even see what was going on. I just heard it. I just heard people going, oh! And, you know, I was like, wow, I got to see it. And then I went home and watched it, and I was like, damn.
Were you really genuinely surprised that you made it that far in the competition?
Absolutely.
I couldn't believe, I thought you knew all along that you were that strong.
No, well, you're very kind to say that. Comics have never done well on the show. I'm going on the track record. And, you know, I really thought the quarterfinals would be my swan song, and everything beyond that was gravy. You didn't know, but based on years past, comics just got kicked to the curb early.
When it came down to the 2 acts, the dog act and you,
which was shocking. I thought William Close was going to be there.
Right, the Earth Harp guy. Yeah. He did a great job.
He was the early so much sunshine up his ass. I thought you guys
we blew a ton of sun. I thought, you know why? Because I was looking for a band to win, maybe.
Yeah.
And I realized what an unusual band this guy put together. It was totally unique and original, and actually sounded good.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, you know, I just thought he was terrific.
Great dude, great backstory, all that
whole
stuff.
thing.
This is what killed me, though. Howie kept saying, you got to step it up. His first audition, Williams he was the harp.
Right.
Second audition, the harp and a drummer. Third one, harp, drummer, band.
He
Fourth,
stepped it up.
Ballerinas, and by the end, he had some chick flying around the goddamn thing above.
Yeah.
He had so much shit on it. And I'm like, what can I do? I could light my balls on fire. No one is going to give a shit. So, I mean, that's what I was up against the whole time as a monologist. I'm like, what do I do?
No, you had to come out each week and be funny. That's it. There's nothing you can do. You can't light your balls on fire.
Well, I was worried that you of all the judges were going to shit on me for the Comedy on Demand thing, because I thought you were going to say it's a gimmick. You know, what are you doing? Tell your jokes. So
I thought you showed off, and it just showed the depth of your material. I thought it was a brilliant move.
That was a tricky thing. I didn't know if that would work or not.
Did you ever attempt to sabotage the dogs backstage with one of those dog whistles or something where you could? I would think that I would do that if I was a contestant. I would have blown this dog whistle and fucked them up.
Get some meat, something.
Yeah,
you would do something.
Yeah, like plant gravy in the audience, something like that.
I will not besmirch that act. They're a great act. They get their dog treats from Lance Armstrong. I don't know what that means, but I am not bitter. I did draft Michael Vick to my fantasy football league the next day, but that is coincidental.
No. Didn't you kidnap one of the dogs and drop it off at a Korean restaurant? Something like that, someone told me?
No. But if it were Korea's Got Talent, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have won.
So anyway. you growing up, you decide to become a comedian. Did you go to college?
I did.
And in college, you were going out and performing at all these different clubs?
No. Senior year, I did a muscular dystrophy telethon, had a showcase, a little thing, and I did that.
First time ever you went up on a stage?
First time ever going up on stage.
Did you bomb?
The audience liked me, but I was disqualified because I said evil things about the faculty and the administration, so I was disqualified from the competition. But
did you actually have written jokes, like you had sat and thought about it? Yeah.
I had run for president of the student body.
Is it true when you ran for president of the student body, you lost to a dog?
No.
Is that true?
No, I lost to another dude, a human.
A human, yeah.
And up until then, I had painted myself as a goody two-shoes kind of guy, and so once I lost, I said, "Chef, you know, all bets are off." So I just went up and just crapped all over the faculty, administration, the other fraternities, all this stuff, and the judges hated me, but the audience liked me, and I was like, "Wow, that was my first tease." That was like, I got to try this again.
So financially, what is the best year you could have as a comedian? Like here you are when what was the year that you point to that you really made some good money doing this thing?
I'm in the midst of it now
because of the show.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, this is great.
Was there a time you almost said, "Hey, I'm not going to go do America's Got Talent because I don't want to stand in line"? Did you have to?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like you had to stand in line with all the crazies, right?
This is 6 seasons, and people said to me, my style is kind of rapid fire, and for 90 seconds they were like, "You are the perfect guy to do this. Do it." And for 6 years, I said, "Screw that," because I would watch it, and Pierce would shit on whoever came up, and I'm like, I'm not going to have that British pussy shit all over me in front of 19 million people.
Not after all the work you put into
exactly. So then, you come aboard and someone said, try it now. And I'm like, I'm not getting any younger. I'll give it a shot. So I went for it.
Were you thinking of leaving the business up until America's Got Talent? Like, were you actually considering it?
I was making a living. It's just I didn't want to be out on cruise ships anymore. I was doing gigs for Fossils and Foreigners out on the sea, and it just sucked.
And why does it suck so much? Is it because you're away from home and your kids?
Yeah, and you're off the radar. I mean, because if there's a last-minute audition, they're not going to send a helicopter for you. You're out in the middle of the Caribbean. You're done. You're screwed. So you miss everything.
What kind of money can you make being on a cruise? Can you make some decent bread, though?
It's decent. I mean, it's decent. And I liked working for those people. They were great, and it's wonderful, and I may do it again in the future at some point. But I don't, And
you were also doing, like, voiceovers, and you were doing very well at that, but even that business has kind of dried up in a sense.
Well, you know what the issue with that is? Before you'd audition against maybe 100, 150 other guys. Now everybody can go into their walk-in closet with their laptop and audition. So now you're auditioning against 1,000 guys or 2,000 guys for the same spot, and it's just supply and demand.
What was the biggest commercial you ever did as a voiceover guy?
Voiceover, I was the voice of Pepsi Max and Doritos. God, the one
you were the voice of Doritos.
Well, the product when they came out with Wow. First, it was Wow. Remember, there was the one with the Olestra. It had the chips.
It was fat free.
Yeah,
that didn't
the
take
issue
off.
with that was anal leakage. They had in their warning label, may experience anal leakage, and so they changed it to Doritos Max, and then they said abdominal crumping and loose stools, and that was a better. I swear to God, this is the truth. But I get to
Did
go
you
in and
have
read
to
for
say
all those.
that?
Were you a Dorito? Did you play a Dorito?
No, that was beyond camera. I did most of the voiceovers. I did all the voiceovers.
So you were like, hey, I really liked Doritos are great, and you did that.
All that stuff, yeah.
No kidding.
Anal
Doritos
cramping
Max,
and loose stools.
And I had the Gen X voice at the time, and I was a big fish in a small pond. But then that all kind of went away when I started going out on the road. If you're out on the road, you can't audition. If you can't audition, you can't book. So
and being out on the road must suck for you because, as far as I know, you're faithful to your wife, so you can't even get laid out on the road.
Can't get laid, and I really do miss. My wife knew what she was getting into. She's a comic, so she knew it, but the kids did not know. And they would literally sit on my luggage the night before and scream.
Aww.
And that was just, it ripped your heart out. So,
But what can you do if you've done stand-up comedy your whole life? You couldn't leave it. I mean, at this point, you couldn't have. And so it's kind of a sad story, isn't it?
And you got to go out on the road to make the money because, you're not going to make it in the city. So you have to be out 2 weeks out of the month at least banging out that crappy, the Chuckle Hut in Nebraska.
So what do we do now? Yeah. How do we maximize this whole thing?
Oh, we're going to
max.
We're maxing.
What are we doing?
First
What's
of all,
the plan?
There's a plan. You've got to get a television show, right? I mean, that's the next move.
Your lips to God's ears. We will see what happens.
That's what's got to happen.
Well,
I've heard some rumors.
I've heard a couple
I heard NBC's
rumblings.
high on you.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, well.
I've got an inside voice in there.
They have been very nice to me so far.
How about a Tom Cotter T-shirt? What about that? I mean,
I don't know if we want that.
Maybe a Tom Cotter sweater. I mean, you've got that look down.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you for that.
I got to get the sweater back to Richard Simmons by noon.
Yeah,
it's a little gay.
And your wife is a stand-up comic too?
She is indeed.
Can't somebody have a stable job in that family?
No,
right. Somebody's got to make a living.
Kids are going to be in therapy by the time they're 10.
Does she go out on the road and work?
She does a little bit. We have a 5-year-old now, and we have twin 10-year-olds, so she's kind of anchored at home. She's like many wives. She's put her career on the back burner to raise her.
Does she ever write material for you? Will she say?
She does.
She does.
Yeah,
because why not? I mean, when you were doing America's Got Talent, did she ever write some of the jokes that you used?
She helped me punch him up. Yeah. She and I both did. This is our third reality show on NBC. We both did Last Comic Standing.
Oh, did you?
How'd you do on that?
She went further than I did, and we hear about that every time we have a fight.
Right.
And then I did a little thing on To Catch a Predator, but I don't want to talk about that. But
To Catch a Predator. That's not the place you want to show up.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
Yes.
She
She went further than I. She went to the finals of Last Comic Standing.
Did she really?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Carrie Louise.
Carrie Louise. But she's banking on you making it now.
Yes.
Well, she's busy at home with the kids.
Yeah, but maybe Tom should be home with the kids and Carrie Louise should be out there. Did you meet on the road?
We did. Yeah, it was a workplace romance. We were both Boston comics, and we went and did a ski gig together over New Year's. And my parents had a ski place up in New Hampshire, and I,
seduced her there.
Yeah, basically.
How long did it take you to get in her pants? One nighter, huh?
No, she made me work, man. She made me work hard. She didn't want to be one of those. There were certain comics that dated a lot of comedians,
Right.
and one of them was named Comic Relief, and she didn't want to be that person. So she made me.
Did she date other comedians before
She
you?
did. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Who's her most
I would
famous?
much rather not discuss it because
You know
it
the
makes
whole
me
list?
nauseous and gives me loose stools and abdominal cramping.
Is it a long list of comedians?
It is a short list. Yeah.
A short. Now, while you were on America's Got Talent,
Yeah.
Some comics were very supportive, like Louis C.K. and Sarah Silverman. True?
Yes.
What, on Twitter they were?
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan and obviously Lisa Lampanelli and a lot of people.
yeah.
People who that was the thing. Here's the thing. I don't think they liked me. I think they liked the fact that a comic was doing okay in the show, and they didn't want the comic to lose to the guy getting shot out of the cannon. So I was kind of waving that banner. So people I didn't expect, my friends, Greg Fitzsimmons, your friend,
Right.
other people that were tweeting for me, but guys I did not expect to tweet for and that I did not ask for were, really sweet and really nice to do all that.
Yeah,
So.
because
I thought the judges gave a little too much coaching to that ventriloquist.
I gave him coaching. I brought him back.
You literally told him what to do.
I absolutely did.
To stay on the show.
Absolutely.
Not fair. Not fair.
Of course, first of all, Tom, what are you going to tell him? The guy has good material. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what you should be banking on, is a guy who already has the motivation and incentive and the talent.
They said,
not telling a guy what to do.
They said to me, do you have words of advice for these guys? And I said, yeah, if it was me and I had a dog act like that, I would use
I'd go get somebody to write for me.
That's right, because he didn't have good material. And I said, it's got to be super topical. Throw in some stuff that's going on in the political race. It was hot right then. And I told the guy, and the fucking guy went through. I know what I'm talking about.
I always resented
Howard, that got in my head.
You told him.
You told him to do that.
Yeah,
and so I was like, holy shit, Howard wants topical stuff. What do I do? And then I was like, oh, shit, I don't know if I want to do anything topical.
Well, it wasn't that. I saw his act, and I said, what could he do to win? If he even does 6 mediocre jokes, all he needs is 6 with that great puppet.
Yeah.
Because that illusion is good with
It's
the puppet.
an awesome
and
illusion.
it's half dog, half puppet.
Yeah.
And I said, it's so great. I said, all he needs is like some Jay Leno type monologue stuff, and he will kill.
And then what did he do? He got the set of The Tonight Show on the
Right,
stage
yeah.
and did exactly that.
And he went ahead. And the audience votes. I don't vote. They are asking me what he could do. I told him what he could do.
Yeah, but I thought that was it was almost like writing a prescription for him.
That's right. I'll do it for any of the candidates.
But Tom had to do it on his own.
Well, hey, good for Tom.
I mean, and the guy, you couldn't be with that guy for the rest of his career.
Hey, Robin, what are you attacking me for? Tom's the contestant, not me. What the fuck you want from me? I'm trying to make the show interesting. Trying to keep it real.
He was a great dude. I liked, all the competitors. I know people want you to throw other people under the bus, but
Right.
they really were. We were sequestered for so long. In these
The little
holding
kids didn't
rooms.
annoy you when they were dancing and shit?
No, they were my height. That hurt my feelings a little bit. But, they were actually perfectly pleasant, and their parents a little annoying. But
yeah,
God, I've seen that so many times. When I used to do commercial stuff, you'd see these parents show up with these kids, and they wouldn't let the kids move because your hair's going to get messed up or whatever. And I'm like, let the kid be a kid. And the mother was always like 600 pounds, and
I
she
know.
was like reliving her life. And
It's
God, I
disturbing.
hated that. Yeah.
So you saw some of that going on back there.
Well, yeah, but most of them were nice.
Yeah. The ones without the whips. So when doing America's Got Talent and all this was going on, I was thinking about you because then I read that you had some show on Comedy Central. You had a special. When that happened, you must have thought, wow, this is going to be the moment, right? They're going to give me a special on Comedy Central, and it's going to happen big for me.
Yeah. There are peaks and valleys, and the whole time. You do the Tonight Show, you think that's going to be a bump, and that becomes, there's 12 people and a couple of cameramen watching you at that hour.
You did the Tonight Show with Jay Leno?
Yeah.
And did you go out and do stand-up?
Yeah.
And afterwards you go, hey, the calls are going to start coming in.
Yeah, and they did a little bit. I mean, you get work in the corporate world and stuff, and that's great, and that tape opens some doors for you, but nothing like this. This is just gigantic. This is a huge market, huge audience, and, it's just
I'm so glad.
The numbers are ridiculous. So,
Yeah, I mean,
it's really, I fucked a leprechaun. No question about it. I'm happy about it, and very happy.
Someone told me, because you have to work clean on NBC and everything, and I thought you did a great job of that. And then everyone said, if you go to see Tom in a nightclub, he works really dirty.
I'm not really dirty unless they want me to be, but, you play to your audience.
Is it easier to be dirty?
I just did 4 shows at Vinnie Brand's room, Stress Factory, and the second show Saturday night, I just unleashed hell. I just, all this pent up, I was filthy. And there were some older couples that came that thought they were going to see the clean-cut guy in the suit, and I just bummed them out horribly. But all the drunks dug it, so, it's really all I cared about.
What do you ever say the C word for a cunt? You ever say that?
I think I've said it on stage once. No, that's a word I stay away from. But,
right. The F word.
All my stuff is
give us a little dirty material. We've never heard it.
I used to do a long bit about nipple hair. About,
you did?
Yeah, it was just a horrible bit about nipple hair. And, that's not a clean bit of
nipple hair on a woman.
And my hope when I started comedy, my first 10 minutes was about having sex with a fat chick. That's all it was. It was 10 minutes on tagging a fat chick.
Is that something you still do in your act?
No, I've gotten rid of that a long time ago.
Well, why get rid of it? It sounds like something I'd want to hear.
Because it limits you. All the older comics kept coming up to. I started with Mike McCarthy, Joe Rogan, and myself. Kind of started in Boston at the same time, and we were the 3 amigos because no one wanted to work with us because we were filthy.
Oh, wow.
We would go up. None of the headliners wanted to follow us. They were like, it's not that we weren't, we were funnier than they were. We were just filthy, and they had to dig out of that hole when they got up there. So they're like, we don't want to work with them. So we were getting blackballed at all these clubs. And Rogan stuck to his guns. He was filthy and stayed filthy.
So funny, right?
I said, the other comics said, you got to clean it up or you're not going to work at country clubs or colleges or anything. So I kind of...
Did Rogan date your wife?
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's a horrible image. Thank you very much.
When you have sex with your wife, do you ever think of the other comics that did fuck her? I mean, do you ever?
Wow.
Do you? The answer is yes, right?
Come on. Wow.
That's the mother of his children. Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. You have kids. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I don't know. But you. So, what was your take on having sex with fat women? Did you enjoy it, or was it just the bottom of the barrel kind of thing?
It's fun. It was fun. Yeah. The more
and you're
the
a hero.
The better the pushing, and
Oh, so you liked
fat chicks are like mopeds. They're fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see on them and all that stuff. Just, fat chick can suck a golf ball through a garden hose so she can turn your testicles into raisins in a matter of seconds. That was one of the lines. It was this long thing about never let them get on top because they'll crush you. It was just horrible. It was filthy.
Went on and on.
And then a clean comic would go up after that and go, the room's already ruined. I spoiled the room because now they have this image in their head, and then this guy's going to come up and talk about clean, clever shit. So
when you say other comedians were with your wife,
are they
good?
Shit.
Are they good comedians or are they bad comedians?
Well, they're all bad. They're all bad.
Were they headliners at least?
She had a couple of headliners.
She had a couple of headliners. All right, good for her.
Yeah.
I like that.
No open micers.
Where's your wife? Is here today?
She is.
Can I say hello to her?
Howard.
Let me say hello to your wife.
My wife would love to. She would be honored to make your acquaintance. So yeah.
Carrie, you said her name.
Carrie Louise.
Carrie. Carrie or Carrie?
Carrie.
Carrie Louise. Let me see Carrie Louise.
Formerly with
Carrie.
A heart over the eye.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, you are an attractive woman, I have to say.
She's a hot hunk of burning love.
Yes, you really are. Now, Carrie, if you won on Last Comic Standing, or if you came closer, why didn't you pick up the comedy career again and let Tom stay home with the kids?
I know.
Right? Think about it.
I know.
Did you lose a coin toss?
I know. I think I did. He comes home after being on the road for a little bit, and he can't even deal with the kids for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, welcome to my world.
Right. Yeah. So who can? It's tough. He's burnt out.
She's Lebanese though, so I can hit her, and that's good. I don't hit her.
So you were proud of him on America's Got Talent.
So proud of him, and thank you too. I mean,
I loved him.
For loving him.
And you know when I got upset the most? We shared the same agent.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. And evidently the people at America's Got Talent knew the whole time. I didn't know.
NBC.
And NBC knew, and everyone knew. So some reporter called me and said, we're going with the story that the reason you're so high on Tom Carter is it's because you have the same agent. And at that point I knew, and I went, oh, that's so unfair to Tom. I didn't care about me. You want to accuse me of, first of all, what am I going to get out of Tom having a successsul career? My agent isn't going to cut me in. Number two, my agent wasn't working directly with you. He has a big agency.
Dude, you're the top of the food chain. I'm way down.
Well, my agent came to me maybe the fourth week in or something and said, oh, by the way, we have a client in this. I didn't even know. Like, he didn't even know.
And I was completely vetted by NBC and everything because, we were worried that might look like impropriety or something. And they said, absolutely not, because there's thousands of clients of the Don Buchwald agency, and you're like his only guy.
Right.
And I have, a fine under agent, Tony Burton, who's a fine human being, hung like a farm animal. And,
is that true?
Yeah.
How do you know
chickens
that?
are farm animals.
Yeah.
And we...
I told him.
So I know, I don't get Don on the phone. I can't talk to Don. Don's your guy. So, yeah. But anyway, that annoyed me, too. And then I wanted to respond, but they wouldn't let me. NBC said, shut up.
They told me not to respond, but I said, that's not fair to Tom. I mean, because it takes away the fact that the guy's really talented.
And then they never ran with the story anyway.
No, they never did.
Even brought it up.
God,
Chicken
that was a
shits.
scary time.
Yeah. Then I was upset they didn't bring it up. Now, Kerry, it's not lost on me that you're a very attractive woman.
Keep it clean here.
No, you're very attractive. And I could see on the road other comedians must have hit on you like crazy. I mean, like crazy.
It was more comedians because just normal guys wouldn't want to. They felt intimidated. So the only people I could date were comedians.
Right. I understand.
No one
that.
else would come on to me, just except comics.
Right. Now, what was it about Tom, out of all the other comics, that made you want to marry him?
I don't even know, because my New Year's it was New Year's when we. It was New Year's Eve show, and my New Year's resolution was don't date any more comics. I didn't want to date any more comics.
Why? Because they had hurt you in the sense that they would go out with you and then be on to the next girl?
Yeah, and they weren't normal people. I think that's what Tom was normal. He was a normal, loyal guy, I thought, and it took me a while, though, to really... Took a long time.
Long time.
How long did you make him wait before you allowed him into your love cave?
He said he thinks it's 3 months. That's not that
3
long.
months? That's huge.
3 months.
See, it's huge for a guy. I didn't think it was that long.
Oh, for you, it's
not that long.
Oh, my God.
By the second week when she was asleep, I was jerking off on her, which is it was kind of...
Is that true?
No, that's
we
not.
would do. I mean, we were doing a lot. We were doing a lot before, that.
You would give him a hand job at least to release his pressure.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of stuff.
You would blow him before?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
would?
I was satisfying him. Remember that thing that we tried to do with the hot cocoa?
What?
In your basement apartment?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I got third-degree burns on my penis.
What happened? You were not having intercourse.
I read something that if you get your mouth really hot right when he was about to... So I had hot cocoa.
I cannot believe
I don't know why I'm remembering this right now.
So you put hot cocoa...
Hot cocoa by the bed, right?
Right.
And
you're blowing him?
Then I would drink some hot cocoa and then continue it.
Oh, my
and it's
goodness.
supposed to be really good, but it didn't work out because it was too hot.
And it burned his penis?
It was a Swiss miss. I can tell you that right now.
Did you really have burns on your penis?
I don't want to discuss it.
I tried to be creative because, so I was good.
She tried. She made the effort. Yeah.
Oh, look at Tom. Hot cocoa. But why didn't the hot cocoa burn your mouth? Did you put it in your mouth first and then put it?
We drink the hot cocoa and then and it was too hot, and then by the time it was ready, he was not ready.
Sensory overload. Just couldn't handle it. I mean,
Wow, yeah, it's too much.
You don't need to improve on a mouth. The mouth is perfect. There's nothing you can do in there to make it better. It's like,
But I like that you're up for experimentation. Do you feel you're still as open to crazy things, or has that kind of romantic love?
That has totally.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Marriage.
Too exhausted.
After about 3 years of marriage, her whole was off limits, and it still is. Cobwebs.
Well, how often do you guys have sex?
Jesus, honey, when was the last? God, what was
really
the Reagan administration?
Is it true? Do you really have you not had sex in a long time?
Well, I was away. I was in Vegas, and I just got back 2 nights ago, and we had her whole family there for Thanksgiving, so I couldn't stuff the turkey, if you will.
When's the last time you blew Tom? During America's Got Talent at all?
No, when she came to visit me in Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, you did?
I showed up in Vegas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Kids were in the next room. It's hard, Howard.
And you blew him. That's so sweet.
I cannot believe this is a conversation.
We didn't have hot cocoa.
How about those Giants? They won last night.
Unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, we're talking manly stuff. No, but you're a very attractive woman. I can imagine you got a lot of action or guys hitting on you constantly, comedians. Who was the biggest headliner you ever were with?
This is going to make me very uncomfortable.
Sam Kinison? Pee Wee Herman?
Oh, stop.
Who was it?
No,
Pee Wee Herman.
This is Boston headline. Oh, well, I kissed.
Who?
Do I have to kiss him? Should I?
Jay Leno?
Go ahead.
Who'd you kiss? Greg Fitzsimmons?
What's his name? No, Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn you kissed?
Colin Quinn?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was during a breakup with Tom and I, because we were going out for 6 years before he decided that he wanted to, and we had and I said, forget it, I'm done. It was
you
during
dated
the breakup,
him for 6 years?
So you went and kissed Colin Quinn?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you go all the way with Colin Quinn?
I don't know. He's like He's more like a child. He was like a child. He's a child.
Colin is like a child.
I like Colin. He's a really nice guy, but
Yeah.
I love Tom. I love Tom. I did not want to break up with Tom.
So you said to Tom, "Hey Tom, it's time to get married already."
Yeah,
and he was. You weren't going to marry her. Look at her.
Well, you know, I just.
And she's had 2. How many kids you got? 2.
I was
3.
3, and look at that body.
Well, the third one really. I
messed you up.
Yeah, I'm all strapped up and duct taped and stuff.
Are you really? Because your body looks slamming.
Well,
can you wear a bikini?
Yes, she can.
Yeah,
she can rock a
sometimes.
bikini.
So what are you talking about?
Well, it's...
We
And
got
those
stretch
are real.
marks?
See those titties? Those
I
are
don't have
absolutely
Are those
real.
titties real?
Those are
I didn't think they were.
They are
They're
absolutely real.
Tom.
It's a good...
Is that a D cup?
No, see?
See, and they're real?
They're real.
Are they floppy or are they?
Yeah, they're long.
They are
long.
not.
My
They're
son
perfect.
came in. My 5-year-old son, came barging into the bathroom and started crying about something. And then, before he left, he's like, "Mommy, your boobies are really long."
Like cucumber titties?
So yeah, I don't know. I need this. I need a lift
A
and
lift.
a tuck. So
Why,
he
you
needs
got-
that TV show.
You got yeah. You need a TV show.
I do.
You really do
Yeah.
need. In fact, I'm thinking the 2 of you need a TV show together.
Well,
This is pretty strong dynamic.
Yeah. Well.
When
Like,
when I'm not strapped in and duct taped, and it's that time of the month, I look 4 months pregnant.
So when you make love to Tom, do you do it in the dark because you don't want him to see your stretch marks and stuff?
She doesn't have
I
stretch
don't
marks.
have stretch marks.
Oh, so then what
I
do you
am
have?
lucky I don't have stretch marks. But it's like that. See, it's like my belly remembers the twins. And
Yeah.
that time of the month, if I haven't shit in a while, I look 4 months pregnant.
That's
I'm
my
not
beautiful
lying.
bride. That's my beautiful. That's the mother of my children.
No,
Everybody.
I just want
Thanks
the
for tuning in today.
I'm
Holy
here for a
shit.
cause. I want the tummy tuck.
Oh my God.
You want one?
I need one. Yeah, I need.
But
my,
when they do it,
my-
sometimes
my
there's like a big
muscles-
scar.
My muscles. I have a C-section
Oh, you do?
because of the twins.
Right.
So
The
they'll
twins
just go
came
right
out
in my
through the
C-section.
sunroof. My Tommy, my youngest, was D-back, so she had the worst of both
Yeah, I
worlds.
don't
She
know what
is
I was
just
thinking.
ruined
What do you mean?
down there.
What was so bad?
Because
You
I
said-
wanted to know what it was like for, for a vagina.
Vaginal.
Vaginal
Yeah,
birth.
she
What
wanted
was
to
I
know what it was
thinking?
like,
'Cause
but
now-
anal fucking hurts. Yeah, so we can't do that. But we can fucking pull kids out of every other goddamn orifice.
Why won't you
now,
get an
Robin,
anal?
now when I sneeze, I pee my pants.
Oh, no.
Stupid. I was already cut up. Why
Oh,
didn't I let
good.
myself get cut up?
This is
still?
really great.
That was
I'm glad
dumb.
I got up this morning.
Wait, what you're complaining about is you had a C-section,
With the twins.
With the
One
twins.
Was breached.
and then you said, oh, on the third one, I want to try it vaginally.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
want to
then-
know what it's like.
Because why would I need a tight vagina? Why would I need that? That's
Right.
why on
So
earth?
now do you have
I
like
wasn't
roast beef
thinking.
lips?
No, but when I do jumping jacks or sneeze or cough,
Yeah.
I pee my pants.
Is that really
She's
true?
got that little. Yeah, that happens,
that
Howard.
happens. I know. So I need
That's
that
hot.
operation too.
I
That's
think
not
that's hot. If you peed your pants, I think that's so hot.
Get her in the tickle chair. You
That's
could make
an,
it
oh,
happen.
don't do that.
Tom, I think your
That's
wife's
there's,
super
Robin, there's an
hot.
operation that
Thank
can
you,
do
sir.
that. It can tie up your
Right,
vagina.
you can tighten up things.
So
yeah.
I need that operation too. I need
Yeah.
a lot of work.
NBC just called Tom. They're giving the show to your wife.
I don't blame them. They made a fine choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they already
Wow.
did the show with one comedian. They need to do a show with two comedians
Why don't
who
you
are married to each other.
Why don't you give Tom anal though? What's he's complaining?
You know, let me jump in here. We decided on our 5-year anniversary that we were going to try
anal,
and I was going to have to do the laundry and the dishes for a week, and we did. And I'll tell you something, that strap-on fucking killed. 'Cause I can't even sit down. I'm glad I'm a stand-up.
You're not open to anal?
Dishes for a week. For me to do that, I'd have to have a lot more than dishes for a week. You
Okay.
doing the dishes for the
All
week.
right.
It would have to
Okay.
be a big
Are you
contract,
afraid of it?
Howard.
Are you afraid of it?
I'm not afraid of it.
Do you want to try it? Do you want to try it? You did?
We did.
How about those Giants? Unbelievable.
You tried and it didn't
Eli
work
was
out.
on fire.
You couldn't
last
get it in.
No, we did it once, right?
Can we talk about how huge my penis is? Because
Yes, it hurts. It's really big.
God, I love you.
It's so.
I love you so much.
It's so big that it has like angles and like look. It sways.
It turns corners?
Yeah.
What do you mean it has angles? Because
Like
I
it
don't
turns
have any.
corners. It sways to the left.
I'm bent a little.
You're
I got
that
a-
big?
I
Oh,
got
you're
a
bent?
He can do a helicopter
Yeah.
trick.
How many inches do you think he is? Do you ever measure him?
We never measured you, honey.
No.
Why don't you do that?
I should.
Yeah. Remember to measure from his balls so he doesn't go, so it
He
doesn't go
does
to his
it.
head.
Can I tell him about the helicopter trick that you do?
Let's not do that.
Do it.
No.
He can jump up and down like in a way.
Jump up and down and make it flap?
In his penis goes around in circles like a helicopter.
Oh, my goodness. Now, see, you should have done that on the show. You would have won.
He would have won.
I can't do that. You could have won AGT. You would have beaten those dogs.
Beat those dogs.
It kind of looks like a dog backflipping.
Wow, congratulations.
Wow.
You could have taken flight above the audience. Imagine if you lifted off the ground. Wow, I wish I could do that. I have nothing. If I jumped up and down, nothing would happen.
Yeah.
There's no helicoptering.
It's a skill. It's a skill that gets you nowhere in life, but it's a skill. Yeah.
Isn't that how Vic Morrow died, with a helicopter thing?
Yeah, he was cut by the blades of Tom's penis.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's a visual. Yeah.
You guys are such a great couple.
Yeah.
You think Tom should have won, right? I mean, I really I thought he was going to get it.
I thought he was going to get it, too.
I love the dogs, don't get me wrong. I think it was even good for America's Got Talent that a dog act won, in a sense.
So do I. Yeah.
But I would have felt a lot better if a comedian won, because I went in there with the goal to find someone who could really go to the next level, big break in their career, blah, blah, blah. And I think the dogs will do well. They'll always do well. That's a great act. But, Tom should have just won. I think.
Well, you're very kind to say that. The dogs, I will say this, though. I've worked with a lot of magicians where they abuse the animals. They shove the doves up their sleeves, and they cram the rabbit in the hat.
Right.
But these guys could not be nicer to these dogs backstage. They fucking love these dogs.
Yeah, I got that vibe, too.
Yeah, they're really great guys, and it's a great act, and I'm no bitterness at all. I think they're really, really great. So.
Really no bitterness?
No.
You're a good man.
No, well.
With a big cock.
With a helicopter cock, apparently.
Why would you try to put that thing in your ass? I mean, if it's that big,
well, that was before marriage.
Oh, so you hated it, though, because you never went back there again.
Do you remember? It was so long ago. Did I hate it?
Maybe that was Colin Quinn, honey, because I don't remember that. And Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised Colin didn't, fall madly in love with you.
They all did.
They did, huh?
Yeah, she had.
So what made you go back and marry her? Because you got jealous when you heard about Colin Quinn?
Yeah, our breakups were just brutal, and
what were you fighting about? Just about marriage?
I was nervous. She painted me into a corner the second time and said, "Play me or trade me." And
I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. You made me.
I got stubborn and said, well, "Nobody tells me what to do."
Why were your parents pressuring you to? Hey, this guy's got to marry you already.
Everybody was. And I was pressuring myself. Howard, I'm not that young. We were old when we got married. We started late.
How old were you?
38. I was 38
when I got married. So you had to have kids.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I knew that's what I wanted. I love Tom, but I knew that I wanted kids more than.
And Tom probably wanted just to be on the road and not even have kids.
I got into comedy to chase skirt, and for years, and so to break away from that was difficult. But I like monogamy.
You cheating
I prefer
at all?
monogamy because I'm not good with names, so it's good for us. And,
you're not cheating at all, though.
My hand, I'm a chain stroker.
Well,
I don't mind telling you that. I'm fucking hardcore.
Would you tell him right now with me listening right now?
Yeah.
Of course he would.
I hope to God he's not. Yeah. I said to him, he could leave me right now because he's getting a lot of recognition. All these girls are coming up to him and, oh my God, you're so funny, Tom Carter.
Right.
I don't even go to his Facebook page because that would drive me crazy.
Right.
But I said to him, he could divorce me and get a trophy wife. But I said, why don't you make me a trophy wife?
You are a trophy, baby.
You're
my trophy.
Yeah, turn you into a trophy.
It's cheaper because I'll take him for all he's worth.
Oh, Jesus. Here you go.
What is
There's
this?
the cover of your CD. That's the cover
look
of her
at you.
CD.
Oh, my God. How did you
this
get
picture
that?
from?
Mike,
nice.
That's the cover of my CD.
The internet.
Nice body. Yeah. When was this taken?
That was before the third one. The third one really did me in.
But that was after the twins.
That was after the twins.
No, you are hot.
Howard, that's a scratch and sniff photo. Give it a whiff.
Smell good,
Strawberries,
too.
right? Delicious.
Nice. Smell like paper. See Tom's New Year's Eve show at the Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island.
Quit bragging. Yes,
that's
Providence.
A big one.
Oh, yeah.
And for more information and additional dates, go to tomcotter.com. And all you hot chicks who are telling Tom now how funny he is on his Facebook page, there's a woman here who was with him when, he wasn't getting this kind of recognition.
When
so back off a little bit. That's right.
Yeah.
When he wasn't happening.
When he was bald.
When he was bald?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Hair plugs, dude.
Is that right?
$12,000.
Really?
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
You got the operation.
I should have saved the money and shaved my head. That's what
the hell are hair plugs like, though? Does it hurt when they stick them in?
Yeah, it was,
Where do they get the hair
like
from?
a trip to the dentist. From the back of your head. They move it from the back of your head to the front of your head, and then it grows. Nice. And so, this is programmed to, the hair in the back of your head is programmed to grow longer, so I will end up with a plug hawk when I'm old, which will be ridiculous.
How many times did you have to get it done?
Twice.
Twice, because it starts to fall out a couple of times, right?
You know what killed me? I got it done because I wanted to do more commercial work, on-camera commercial work, and I'm sitting on the couch with a million scabs on my head, watching TV, and every fucking commercial is a bald dude, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
Now bald is in.
Jesus
You went through
Christ.
that hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Are you glad he did it? You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Right. Well, listen, girls. Hey, and by the way, girls, if you're going to go on Tom's Facebook page, go to Colin Quinn's page. He's not married.
Jesus.
Right? You two are a cute couple.
Right into therapy after this. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Are you in therapy?
Rehab and therapy. No, we should be, though.
Where do you guys live now? In Boston still?
No.
Where?
Rockland County.
Oh, Rockland County, New York.
We love Rockland. Woo, Rockland.
All right. Well, listen.
Rock on, Rockland.
That's right.
You two are a great couple. Tom, congratulations on your almost win on
Thank you,
America's Got
sir.
Talent.
Honored, and I appreciate your help along the way and your excellent taste in comedy. And
I was honored that you were on the show. I was really excited you were there.
You made the show.
And send me some naked pictures of your wife. I'd like to see
Sure,
those.
let me get right on that. As soon as I
You
leave
owe
here.
him. Yeah, you owe him.
Yeah, that's right. And let's face it.
Yes, sir.
What did we learn, Robin?
We learned that he has a helicopter penis.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
I can't believe you have a helicopter penis. All the time I was looking at you on stage, I wasn't thinking helicopter penis.
I never thought that.
We learned that Kerry has a tight rectum.
That's right. That's right.
A loose vagina.
Damn near
Peas.
killed him.
Why do you think you never went back to anal again? Was it bad for you?
I don't know. Maybe because it was,
Because I
maybe
want
it
my
wasn't
wife to
enjoyable.
enjoy sex, and when she's screaming in agony and bleeding from the rectum, I'm not getting off on that.
Were you bleeding from it?
I don't think, I didn't know.
Did duty come out?
I'm glad her parents are tuning into this.
Where are your parents right now? Oh, who cares about
Yeah,
that?
they don't know. I don't think they.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't ever hear this
Duty.
and find this. Would you?
All right, listen, you two.
Yes.
You know what? We've learned enough.
Yes, we have.
Certainly have.
Too much.
Too much we've learned.
Too much.
Well, I am saying officially Tom Carter and his wife should have a TV show together.
Honored.
Me too.
Thank you.
That's right. Well, one of you should have a TV show.
One of us.
I'm for any one of you having a TV
I will
show.
stay at home and be a bitch. I don't care. Please, let me do that.
I don't know, honey.
Yeah.
Can you handle that?
I can. Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, Tom, you got to get a TV show.
He does.
Your lips to God's ears. We'll
Talk
see what
show.
happens. Yeah.
Talk show, something. It's good. It's funny. All right. We'll be back right after these words.
I'm afraid to leave her in there alone.
Tom, I feel bad.
Do you?
I feel bad.
Do you really feel bad?
Well, I feel
I
badly.
think you're full of shit. I don't think you feel bad at all.
Well, I spoke to you earlier and treated you like a normal guy, not like a guy with a helicopter penis that deserves a lot more respect.
Yield to the helicopter. That's all I have to say.
I mean, I'd be like one of those little pinwheel hats compared to you. So
I'd show it to you, but you don't have enough money.
what will? I heard you say damage control. What's that
You
going
kidding
to
me?
entail?
I'm sure my Facebook and my internet is just blowing off. God, I knew he was going to do this too. They said, don't bring your wife because he's going to pull her in the studio and he's going to ask her if all her caves have been explored and all the other things. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Carrie.
She's like, I want to go. I want to go.
Carrie, come talk to us for a second.
Carrie.
So you went from the green room to the studio, and then all of a sudden you're setting it on fire. I mean, you were really funny in that.
Oh.
Yeah. The green room to the red face.
I hope my parents don't ever find out.
They're going to hear it. You
this
know,
whole
they've
thing.
already heard about it. It's already out there.
But they're not in tune to like the internet world.
Everyone is calling them right now.
Oh God.
And telling them. And
And
you just
we're-
blabbered on about
So usually when Howard wants to meet someone's wife or significant other, they're very nervous and kind of tight-lipped in there, and you went in and you seemed comfortable and you were witty and you were making fun of your husband and you're like...
I'm here for a cause. I want the tummy tuck and the trophy wife dream
that's all
I'm
she cares
having.
about.
Because I don't want him to go and leave me for a trophy wife. I want to be the trophy wife.
So you were motivated when you went
I'm
to the
motivated,
studio. I
yes.
like that.
I think that's what it is.
Would
All
you
right.
leave this? Who would leave that?
I wouldn't.
No one would leave that.
Hell no.
No.
You did once.
That
Should
was
we go
when
there
we were
again?
dating. We were dating.
It's a nice house already.
Jesus.
How's the chick?
All right, guys. Great interview today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honored.
Thank you.
got an old friend of the show here, Steve-O.
Old friend, new outlook on life.
Yeah, very new outlook on life. Very straight looking, not crazy, not all wound up like a clock like usual, you know. So let's see if that's true.
Well, who is it that we're talking about here?
Steve-O.
Oh,
I said that.
Okay. I thought we were talking.
But you don't listen.
I thought we were talking about you for a
Right,
second.
Camel. We don't listen, do we?
All right, Ronnie Moond.
Let's get him in.
Steve-O.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome back, sir.
Oh, thanks, man.
How's things going with you, man?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you for
Cool,
asking.
man.
Most people don't ask, so I appreciate that.
All right, man. Good deal.
Right this way, sir. So you've got a new show, Killer Karaoke, going on.
Yep. Uh-huh. It's pretty ridiculous.
Combination of like Fear
Yeah.
Factor, American Idol type of deal.
Yeah, people sing karaoke while horrible shit happens to them.
I like that. It's a pretty cool premise.
Yeah. I think it's gonna do well. I think I'm doing a bang-up job hosting it, too.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool because I get to, like, still be, like, sort of, you know, doing crazy shit, but, like, also not doing crazy shit. It's a good little bridge to maybe a career and not hurting myself.
You found a happy middle ground, a medium.
Yeah, I think it's a very appropriate transitional job for me.
I like it.
Yeah.
Did you bring something for Howard? Is that?
This is just a boxing glove that I wanted to get him to sign. And I got Robert Downey Jr. and Kim Kardashian here. I'm just getting cool people to sign it, and so that this family can auction it off. Like their little girl has cancer, and it's kind of a sad story, but I'm doing what I can.
That's nice of you, man. That's cool.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm not trying to do any fucked up stunts or anything. It's my first time coming here with no crazy plan.
There's no shock agenda going on.
Right.
All right, man.
Yeah, dude. I think it'd be cool.
I think it will be too. I'll see you in the studio, man.
Hey, for sure, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Go ahead with Steve-O.
By the way, did you see the picture in the back here? Like, this is from 1998, but like, holy shit. He said that's look on the next page. 5 feet of water at the bottom of that. That's him there at the top, jumping off that balcony. Into that. Into like a small hotel pool.
God.
I know, it's insane.
You know, I can tell you something. Last time he was here, he had the book, right? So Lucas is like insane fan of his. So I took the book and Lucas read the book, and
Lucas did some weird shit.
Had all the drug stories, like all the crazy. And Lucas would come down every night and go, "Did you know Steve-O got his teeth kicked out because he got a fight?" But I have to tell you, like at the end of the day, it was a really like Steve-O ends up being good, and Lucas is like, "I'm never doing any of that shit that he did."
Oh, maybe it's a good influence.
It was sort of oddly a weird, good influence. But all the drug stories are in there.
Steve-O, as you know, is part of the whole Jackass thing. Although I think he's had it with that.
Or is Jackass still in effect?
Let me take a look at him.
Who knows?
Yeah, he looks good. Looks healthy. Look at you, dude. All
Never
sober.
thought we'd see a healthy Steve-O.
Well, the last time I saw him, he was sober, but like newly sober, and like you know when like a fat person loses weight, they don't quite look right at first. Like when you went sober first, yeah, you look better.
It was odd, yeah.
It was odd. But now you're starting to grow into your sobriety, and you're actually looking real normal.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I think there's a compliment in there.
I'm trying to compliment you. It's just hard.
Yeah.
You have one of the most unusual speaking voices, and I read recently that you have esophagitis.
Esophagitis, yeah.
That's from vomiting too much?
I think that played a major role in it, yeah.
What were you doing vomiting?
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen any of my work.
Yeah, I've seen your work, and he's always vomiting.
You're always vomiting?
Uh-huh.
Well, vomit always plays into it. But so, in other words, esophagitis.
Right.
Esophagitis is something that when you vomit, I guess your esophagus gets affected.
You irritated.
Right,
yeah.
and I had acid reflux issues as well. I'm not in all the drugs and alcohol and smoking and stuff.
Did wreak havoc? Do you like just wake up every morning and go, I wish I had never done all that? Like,
no.
Really? You're cool with it?
I mean, it would have been nice to maybe clean up my act a little earlier than I did, but overall, it's all good.
Does it freak you out that you almost died from drugs and all of that?
Yeah, it got pretty ugly. There's no question. But
you got footage. You can see it.
Yeah, and I guess in some sort of dark way, I'm glad that it got as bad as it did and that I filmed as much as I did. But no, everything's cool, man. I mean, at the risk of sounding sort of cliche and douchey. Like things have to get really bad. I'm grateful for how bad it got because it.
Things are always darkest before the dawn, kind of thing.
I think that I googled that phrase and it's actually bullshit.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it means. Don't ask me. I can't figure out Pearl Jam or that.
Yeah.
But so the esophagitis.
Esophagitis, yeah.
That can cause cancer, right?
It's it's something that I got to keep tabs on. Every 2 years I go in for what's called an endoscopy. And
they put something down your throat?
Yeah. They jam it all down your throat and check it all out.
Do they knock you out for that?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that would be awful. That feeling of something going down your throat like that, right?
But I'm pretty sure that
it's a camera.
Yeah.
Right. I think the stuff that they use to knock me out is not like narcotic or anything.
Yeah. How do they do that without narcotics?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm not really sure. But I'm always like, whenever I'm in a doctor's situation, I'm real. That's the first thing I tell them.
So
yeah, how do you hurt yourself now? Because now you can't.
I haven't taken anything myself stronger than an Advil since I got sober.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations. How long has it been now?
4 years, 8 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days, I think.
Yeah, because you were probably the top drug addict of all time. I mean, you were doing tremendous amount. At your worst.
I don't know about top of all time. But,
I think you might have been.
All right.
I mean, because
but in your moment, you were the guy.
You were going berserk. I mean, what were you were doing, like cat tranquilizer?
Sure, Special K, PCP. Right. I was doing some pretty wild stuff.
You were doing the hardcore stuff. Like I don't.
Like
I think
people don't take those drugs.
I think you were hard. Yeah, you were more hardcore than like a heroin addict. Like heroin, okay, we know about it. Like you were doing like fucking cat tranquilizer,
video head cleaner, aluminum cleaner.
You're the man. No, I mean you were out of your mind.
Yeah, it was wild. I remember coming in here and you telling me the BAM and Knoxville had been in, saying that I'm gonna die soon, and I was like, oh yeah, really? I said, Howard, who do you think's gonna live longer, me or Artie? He said Artie's gonna live way longer than you are.
I was probably wrong about that too. What do I know about drug addicts? I didn't know he'd try to kill himself.
I miss Artie.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing well.
Right.
Yeah, we saw him a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you talk about old friends and seeing them, people you worked with. I get the feeling with the whole Jackass thing, not that you're over it, but that, like, you've just gone in a whole different direction and that you guys don't get together. And your sobriety is so important to you now that you've said that those guys get together socially to drink. And you can't really be around them anymore because you don't want to be around people drinking.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely any time that all the guys get together, they're pretty much going to end up at a bar.
Right.
But I've never, I haven't gone into a bar to sit around and watch them drink. That just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
But we all stay connected, and we're always cracking each other up with text and stuff. So
you do like the guys, and you care about them. But there won't be another Jackass movie, or there might be.
I don't think that. I don't know, because we've always said no. There's not going to be another one, and then there always was. It's not that I don't have it in me. I mean, I still have the same sense of humor as ever, and. But I can be pretty wild, but at the moment, no, there's no Jackass movie.
Do you think it's because the guys are too banged up? I mean, Johnny twice a day has to put a catheter up his penis in order to straighten that out.
He has to.
Yeah, he has to. I've talked to him about it.
You think he likes it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he ain't doing it for fun. Johnny twice a day puts a catheter up his penis.
I used his catheter as a straw one time.
Did you? And you weren't high?
No, I was totally sober. I think I actually used it as a straw to drink his urine.
Oh, did you? Is that true?
That was when we were testing out the cameras for the Jackass 3D to see if they worked with us.
Isn't it crazy that kids, and I know kids, teenage kids, worship you? I mean, you're really like a god to them. And isn't it weird? Like, they worship you, and yet you're a guy who takes a guy's used catheter and drinks urine with it. And these kids want to grow up to be you,
See, this is what I think is wrong with America.
Isn't it mind-blowing to you in some way?
Sure, I think Jackass is very much a barometer for the downfall of America.
Are you starting to fear that you're against what Jackass represents? Could you actually be going that far?
Are you going to go the religious route?
Not at all. I think that Jackass has always been in a very good spirit. That we've never hurt anybody but ourselves, and we've always been, very self-deprecating, but not cruel or wrong in any. I think it's very wholesome, really.
When I when I talk to you about Jackass, wholesome. Listen to who I'm talking to. Steve thinks it's wholesome. It shows male camaraderie at its best. Yeah, okay. So Steve-O, by the way, is our guest today. Who's in the hot seat? No, Steve, seriously, I get the feeling that when I talk to you about Jackass, now when I talk to you about it, it's almost like when you talk to the Beatles after they were just about on the verge of breaking up. Like, in other words, everybody has gone their separate way, that you almost get the feeling behind the scenes that you and the guys, you know, you all have your different interests, you've gone your separate ways, and then it's almost like you don't even want to talk about it anymore. You've moved on in your life. You're doing stand-up comedy. You got a game show, which I got to talk to you about. You know what I mean? It's almost like you don't even want to hear about it anymore.
I think there's an element of truth to that for sure. Like when people come up in the street and it's like, oh, dude, like you kind of don't want to talk to the guy in the street about Jackass because it makes you a little bit sad because you're not doing it.
Right.
But as far as like avoiding or not wanting to talk to the actual Jackass guys, I wouldn't say that's true.
Have you made enough money that you could... I read somewhere you're worth $2.5 million. Is that accurate? Is that accurate?
It's not, if you say what you're worth and it's less than people think, then you're a chump, and if it's more, then you're a dick.
Have you made enough money that you could never abuse your body again, never hurt yourself, and just like sort of retire from that aspect of your career?
I don't think so. I mean, my dad, who we've talked about in the past,
a wealthy guy.
Yeah, he's got me paying attention to the financial world and the quantitative easing and the government debt and all this stuff, and really we're seeing the dollar like devalued, and in any case of like hyperinflation or economic collapse, I don't think that anybody's in safe shape. So I think the future is very uncertain.
So were you a Romney guy in the sense that he was?
I can't stomach Romney now. I hate Obama too, but
you hate everybody.
You hate them all.
I mean, I suppose I definitely prefer Obama, but I just remember the last time around voting for Obama, and he was, we had just seen the economic crash of 2008, and he was talking about, we're going to get we're going to get really tough on the banks aren't going to push us around anymore. And as soon as he came into office, he disappointed everybody from Wall Street and the banks into all the positions. So
would you have liked to see more regulation on Wall Street? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah.
It's sort of like the Occupy the Wall Street movement that says, hey, it's not fair. These guys are getting away with all kinds of nonsense.
All the ridiculous salaries and bonuses and stuff, and,
Meanwhile, the country's not doing well, and these guys get richer in this weird way.
Right, and everything that brought about that collapse, or I should say the crisis of 2008, nothing's changed. So.
Are you allowed to vote? Weren't you born in England or something?
I was born in England, yeah.
And you were in Jackass. I think those are two reasons you're not allowed to vote. People in Jackass and people...
I can vote.
You can vote. All right. Yeah. So you're considered an American citizen.
Well, I was born in England. My mom was born in Canada. And my dad was born in the States. So I'm triple national. I have all 3 passports.
Could you run for president if we wanted a Steve-O for president thing?
I think that you had to be born in the States for that.
You were born on foreign soil. We'll never see you as president.
Right. It's a pisser.
It's a shame,
Yeah.
I love talking economics with you.
Right.
Now
I'm like, this is the most amazing conversation we've ever had.
Yeah, and now if you could just hit yourself in the balls so people remember. Just take a shovel and beat yourself in the face.
Staple yourself.
Staple your tits together.
I was talking to I actually asked to talk to Richard, Christie, and Sal.
Why?
I think Sal's teeth look great, by the way. and when you said that my voice, is unusual, I should have told you that I'm getting over whooping cough.
Someone has sobered up and is listening to the show now. Wow, it's awesome.
I am, yeah. I've been listening religiously.
Well, you don't worry about germs or whooping cough. I saw a picture of you recently where, I don't know if it was during the days you were high or you were straight. I would think you'd have to be straight for this. You jumped off.
I'd have to be high, right?
Well, yeah. You were staying at a hotel and you jumped into the pool. There was 5 feet of water, and you must have been about, I don't know how many stories up you were. I would say 7, maybe 8.
No. Off the roof of a 3-story building into like 4 feet of water.
You're insane. Were you high for that?
I've done it like all throughout. That's actually kind of my specialty is diving into shallow water.
Wow. I mean, so many guys have broken their neck and lost
That's
the ability
amazing,
to move.
yeah.
Right.
And none of that. I know we've talked about this before, but I have to talk to you about it again. Is there some fear that enters into it when you're jumping off that building into the pool?
Sure.
There is.
Sure.
Like, does it go through your mind that, hey, I might lose the ability to walk?
Right. The thought process was always kind of the same. Like, wow, I could get really messed up on this. This could wind me up in a wheelchair forever. But I'll have it on video, and no matter what happens, I'm going to be the man. And then I'll count on my fingers. 1, 2, 3, go.
And wow. and so the fear is overridden by the idea that you'll go down in history.
That was
maybe the dumbest
always
stunt
the plan.
ever.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Your friend who died, the guy,
Ryan.
What's his name? Brian?
Ryan Dunn.
Ryan.
Right.
He was doing 130 miles an hour in a car. Are you sort of jealous he went out that way in a weird way? Are you kind of like, of course...
Am I jealous? That for the way... I mean, I guess in one way, I think that, you know, like... I'm grateful that he didn't suffer.
Right.
You know, I mean, I mean, not to be a real downer, but my mom had a brain hemorrhage and survived for 5 years afterwards. And those 5 years, she had bed sores and you know, really,
it's
really
awful
a
way
hard
to go.
time.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody goes quickly and unexpectedly, you know, I guess I feel good about that. I'm certainly not jealous of.
Being dead, or do you...
Well, I mean, you got to figure that we're all going to be dead. That has to be okay.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like to live your full life? I mean, you know, we don't know that there's anything...
Would you want your death to mean something?
Are you a religious man?
No.
You're not?
No.
But didn't you leave some event recently? Like, you're a vegan now, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
And you left some charity event because it was...
Well, yeah, there was...
because they served meat.
Well, yeah, it was a diabetes event. And to be clear, I only went to that event because... I was told that it would be about promoting a plant-based diet as a way to prevent and reverse diabetes.
Oh, I see.
And that's diabetes 2, type 2 diabetes.
Right.
Type 1 diabetes you can't reverse.
Right.
But
so what happened?
Well, I walked into this event, and it was like a go-kart track, and I was supposed to do a celebrity go-kart race, and I was going to race Mini-Me, which I think is really hilarious.
Can Mini-Me race? I mean,
I guess so.
Yeah, she's pretty messed up.
He made a sex tape.
Did he?
Yeah.
Mini-Me?
Mini-Me made a sex tape, yeah.
When was that?
That
was a while back.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
It's actually a short film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to race Mini-Me in a go-kart thing, and when I walked in, and they had like this big tray of just shitty chicken, and I was like, man, this is like what causes diabetes. You know, how are you guys going to have a diabetes event?
But I thought you walked out because you said it also offended you, and you became a vegan for religious reasons.
It wasn't anything like that. What it was I said I was there to promote like a.
So it wasn't religion that entered into it?
No.
But what about when you go? But you go to AA, right?
I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, but
that's
I mean,
anonymous.
But don't you have to pray to a higher power if you do AA?
The concept behind a 12-step base recovery plan is a God as you understand it. So
you can pray to anything.
Yeah, you can pray to anything. And
do you ever consider praying to me? But who's the higher power then? You got it. How can you do it?
I think that the universe is the way to go on that. You know.
Okay, cool.
Like whatever, you know.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I heard about somebody who was talking about feeling really screwed because they didn't believe in God, and what are they going to do if you need God to get sober? Then what are they going to do? And so they went and they asked some sober guru, and the guy said, "It doesn't matter what you believe, but in the absence of self, God automatically rushes in, and anything that you any spiritual way of life, any religion, any it's always based on love and service. So, the right. idea is that as long as I'm focused on helping other people, then I don't have to worry about it. That's
So why don't you? It's the idea. If you're in AA, the idea of not talking about it is to say, "Hey, I'm trying to hold this thing sacred, and I'm trying to keep it private so that I don't make a joke out of it." Is that the thing?
There's that, and nobody wants to see it used for power and prestige. If you start using it as like, I'm doing that, like
to make it sound cool in a way.
Well, yeah, I mean, like what a great guy I am, and then people talk about it, and the next thing you know, know they get loaded, and it's like, oh, so it creates the impression that
we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, because Kinnison used to come in, and he'd be so proud of his chip, like he'd go, "Look at me, I got a chip," and then he'd
start drinking to celebrate.
Yeah, he would actually take out a big bottle of champagne and start drinking, and then he'd do coke in the studio, and I'm like, "You can't do that. We're government regulated. What the fuck are you doing?" I throw him out of there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't talk about whether I go or not.
Yeah, well, I take that you go, because if you didn't go, you'd say I don't go.
I think that I would respect it either way. I don't know.
Well, hey, so this whole what I thought was unbelievably mind-blowing about you was that you were dating Clooney's girlfriend, Elizabetta.
Yes.
I mean, that was a major score. She's super hot.
She's a wonderful girl.
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on with you and her, huh? Because no one like, she was with Clooney, and then she went to you. And everyone was like, "Oh my God! Like, what a come down!" You know, like you're what are you? You're such a bad guy. But like, no one could believe she went from Clooney to you, right? It was like mind blowing.
I see how that's an entertaining story. I see how people can find that interesting.
Yeah, of course.
Right. If I ran a celebrity gossip website, I probably would have featured that story myself.
I met her.
Right.
I know George, and I was at a party at Jimmy's house, and she was there. What a slamming body on this chick, huh? But did the accent annoy the shit out of you?
I wasn't too terribly concerned about her accent.
Yeah, fuck the accent. Who cares?
Did you even hear it? Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't think I would have heard it either.
No, I heard it, and
You speak any Italian?
I don't know, but
You're fluent in Spanish, though, aren't you?
I spoke Spanish and Portuguese when I was a baby, but
you grew up pretty wealthy. You had a Spanish maid who you even say took care of you more than your parents did.
Yeah, it was live-in Brazilian maids, because I was born in England. I moved to Brazil when I was 6 months old.
Right.
Spoke my first words in Portuguese.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then I moved to Venezuela.
Your parents were hardly involved, I guess.
Right. I think that I
whoever was around, that's the language he spoke.
Right. I mean, that's sort of sad. Your first words were in Portuguese.
Right. Because I was raised by maids, like Tarzan was raised by apes.
Did your mom not have any? Yeah, right. Did your mom not have any interest in you? I mean, was she pretty aloof?
Well, I don't know about that. I think my dad was the president of Pepsi Cola Brazil.
Right.
So, my parents just had shit popping.
They sure did.
And I suppose I was sort of lacking for attention a little, and that might speak to how I turned out the way I did.
Were you one of those rich kids who's like the maid taught you about sex and all that?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
But you're fluent in Spanish from that, which is pretty cool.
I was fluent in Portuguese. When I was 2 years old, I moved to Venezuela. And I spoke fluent Spanish in nursery school.
Mis labios se pescan la cocina?
Well, see, but then I moved to America when I was 4. I forgot everything.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I spoke 3 languages. I spoke 3 languages.
Why don't I believe you?
No, I did.
Really?
I think by the age of 3 or 4, I spoke 3 languages, and by the age of 5, I forgot 2.
Wow.
But I spoke Portuguese in my sleep at summer camp when I was 11. There were these kids from Brazil, and they were like, "Dude, you spoke fluent Portuguese in your sleep."
Do you think your dad ever banged the maid?
I
like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I can only imagine the rebellion your father felt when you went into Jackass and you were doing all this crazy.
First I went to clown college.
I know, and he must have been livid. I mean, because the guy was such a successful businessman, he probably wanted you to do that.
Well, I went to... I went to the University of Miami and I dropped out pretty abruptly.
And that's a party college, no less.
Right. And then I years later I got into Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College, and my dad was not feeling that at all.
Well, what does it take to be a real rebel? I mean, to go against your parents. I mean, when you tell your father I've dropped out of University of Miami and he's such a strong figure.
Yeah, and then I went and had the government test drugs on me for money and stuff. Like
really,
I was doing these.
So you abandoned the money and everything. You just
and I was actually couch surfing for 3 years after I dropped out of college.
Just sat around.
Well, I mean, I didn't sit around.
Living at friends' houses.
I was all over the place.
Right.
Following the Grateful Dead and,
was the old man livid?
Well, I wasn't even really talking to him. That was the thing. It was really sad, and it wasn't that I was mad at him. I was just kind of disappointed, and, I felt like I had let him down.
Right, like you were a loser.
I had like a kind of a sense of pride about it, and I never asked him to help me out or anything.
That's cool.
And so I just kind of did my own deal, and I found out about these medical studies, and the more dangerous the study, the more money you get.
What's the worst study you were involved in?
It was a drug for pigs and cows. And
They tested it on you?
They did, yeah.
Well, why not test it on pigs and cows?
Well, because the idea was to make...
you don't want to give it to them first.
We value them.
Right. Well, the idea was to cater to a more health-conscious consumer, and they would give this drug to the cattle, and it would make them have more muscle and less fat, so that you'd be selling leaner meat. But then when people eat the meat, like a trace of the drug enters the human body, and if ever that's the case, they have to determine how much the human body can stand to that shit.
Right. So did you ever learn what the name of the drug was?
Ractopamine hydrochloride.
And is it illegal now, or is it?
I don't know.
Was it ever approved by the FDA?
Are they still using it? What are they doing?
They gave it to us until our resting heart rates reached 150 beats a minute.
So it actually changed the heart rate. It actually increased.
It did, yeah. And I shouldn't say until everybody's heart, until one person in the study got 150 beats a minute. But it turned out I had a super powerful heart.
So when it got to 150 beats a minute, they said, "Wait a second, this shit might be dangerous because that's a high resting heart rate."
Right. They knew that it would increase the heart rate, and that was about it. But yeah, I got like $2,000 for 12 days, and I was homeless anyway, so I had 12 days of free food and a roof over my head.
How much was the pay?
$2,000.
$2,000.
Right.
Wow. You know, there was a guy, a movie director, this guy Rodriguez, who financed all his movies by being part of these medical
the first
tests.
one, not all of them.
Right.
The first one.
He still likes it.
I remember thinking, you can sell a kidney for like $50,000.
And you were thinking about it.
I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, you don't need 2 kidneys.
Did you ever say, hey, I'm going to train?
You need everything doubled, Steve. Stop it.
Did you ever say to yourself, I'm going to go train for a job or something like that? It just wasn't within you. You lived life on the edge.
Well, yeah, I mean, I started making videos when I was 15, and that was really the only thing that I was passionate about. When I went to University of Miami, it was to try and become an advertising guy and make commercials.
Right.
But I couldn't go to class, so that wasn't going to happen. And the only thing that...
You were a bad student.
Right, I couldn't go to class.
You can't concentrate.
Yeah, I'm better at it today.
Right.
But,
keep a schedule, that sort of thing.
I couldn't keep a job or go to class.
Is that when you got heavy into drugs, around the clown college time? I would be on drugs if I was in clown college.
It was it was before clown college. I developed I found cocaine to be delicious.
In college? Or in high school?
It was during that homeless period.
I see. Yeah. It's good to be homeless and on coke. Your life's going really well.
Right.
Yeah. Is your dad proud of you now, or is he still kind of disappointed? He is.
Very much so. Yeah. Right. What ultimately? What drove us apart at first ultimately brought us closer together than ever. I remember my dad having a conversation with me. He said, I feel I've done a disservice to you by not supporting you in this career path that you've chosen. Now that I see that you're committed to it. He said his dad had the same conversation with him. Yeah. His dad was like his whole family was all like preachers and theologians and academics.
And him going into the business
world.
Him
going into the business world made him like kind of a black sheep. So
I can understand why your dad would have been concerned about what you went into.
Sure.
Because I mean, you could have killed yourself very easily, and you were going that route. Why do you think you're not closer to Johnny Knoxville? Seriously, what do you think the rub is there? Is it because he made more money than you on the Jackass project?
I don't know why.
Why? I mean, let's analyze it for a second. Why isn't he one of your closest friends? When you think about it, do you think he is afraid of you because you're even more edgy than he is in the sense?
I don't think that's got anything.
Do you think he can't stomach you for some reason, or do you?
Is this a true premise? Are you two not close?
I mean, I was at his house the night before last.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, so I get the feeling you guys aren't close, though. I mean, that might be an anomaly.
I think that. I don't think that that's really right.
Yeah, but you were at his house because you broke in, right?
No.
So you were invited over for a dinner of some kind?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have there's this little girl that has cancer, and I've been trying to help the family, and I brought this glove to try and get you to sign it for.
I'll sign it.
And
as long as I don't have to do anything more than sign it, I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to meet anybody.
He doesn't have to meet the little girl.
No,
I'm not good with kids.
I wanted to get him to sign it, so I went over to his house and hung out and stuff.
Oh, I see. But you're not. So my premise is correct that you're not close to Johnny.
I wouldn't say that we're not friends, but I mean, like you said when I first got here, I'm kind of doing my own thing.
But why do you think you're not closer? Honestly, I mean, you must have thought about this, and really, it's amazing to me because you guys have such a shared history. Your greatest success is together.
Right.
Why are you not? Do you like him?
I like him fine. We really don't have
What? Finish the sentence.
They don't have issues?
We don't have any issues, man.
Don't finish the sentence for him, Robin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he had no finish.
He had no finish.
But what is it? I mean, it's like when Lennon and McCartney couldn't get along anymore. We all said collectively, why? Why? You guys are so brilliant together. And I say to you in all sincerity, here are two guys that really changed the face of MTV and this type of entertainment. You're on top of the world. You made a lot of money together. You're successful. Why is it you guys just don't hang out at all?
I mean, I don't think... I think that you're kind of going down the wrong path.
Am I?
I think so. Like, when I was on the Dancing with the Stars, he was regular there to support me.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah.
He even did the intervention. Come on.
Sure.
But you don't hang out.
We've never hung out like a lot in our free time.
Okay, I don't know. I thought maybe there was something there.
No, there's not. Like we don't have beef or anything.
So what happened with Elisabetta? Why the breakup? I mean, certainly a beautiful girl.
She's very beautiful. She's wonderful. And I don't know. I guess it just didn't really work out.
Whoa.
You act like you weren't there. What the heck happened?
I mean, you guessed. No,
you must have been there.
What I had read is because of your sobriety, not that she has a problem, but the fact is that she would like to go to a club and maybe dance and have a couple of drinks. She'd like to go to dinner. You went to Italy with her. Everywhere you went, they put wine on the table.
Well, that's Italy, yeah.
Yeah, and you felt that you could not be sober around her. Wow, look at that picture. God, she's hot. Wow. What happened there? Is that it? Because of wine in Italy and all that kind of shit?
I mean, I don't really want to, pick it apart, but I guess you just say, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I want to know what happened. I'm interested in your life.
I mean, I'm interested in your life.
I am. I'm interested in your life.
I mean,
we've always been interested.
There are a lot of lifestyle differences, and you're right about the one thing, and then I'm vegan, and she's not vegan. She's actually like the opposite of vegan.
Well, does everybody have to be the same?
But then again, I don't want to criticize her, man. I love that girl. She's
no.
Wonderful.
I'm saying
now that you stop drinking, everybody has to stop drinking.
No. It's not that.
He doesn't want to put himself in those situations. Although, what happens when you get to a place where people are drinking? I mean, you can't escape it in this country.
Yeah, right. You can't expect to hide from it. But if you're going to be around it, you just got to ask yourself, do I have a legitimate reason for being in this situation?
Right.
And if you do, then by all means.
Are you such a drug addict and alcoholic that you literally are just better off as soon as you walk into a room and people are drinking, you're better off just leaving?
Well, again, if I have a legitimate reason to be there, then that's fine.
When your friends, your personal friends, have you over to the home, and let's say they have a dinner party or something, and
do they
people
have
are
to
drinking,
hide all the booze?
Do they say, "Hey, Steve-O is coming to the house. We're not drinking tonight"? Does everyone have to kind of get sober
it's
for you?
It's not like that.
Because I don't want to have you over if I have to do that.
Yeah, it's not like that.
I can control my drinking. I think I can anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean it's kind of like. Sugar's not bad. It's just bad for diabetics, right?
Right.
And so, like, drugs and alcohol are bad for me because I'm an alcoholic drug addict.
When's the last time?
But also the vegan thing. Now, you don't want to be around anybody who eats meat.
Well, it's just, I mean, if every time you're always going to a restaurant, I like to go to vegan restaurants a lot, and then to do that.
Right. So do you have a girlfriend now who's a vegan?
No.
Yeah, we got to find you a vegan who doesn't drink. Good luck. You ever see what girls look like who are vegans and don't drink? They wear Birkenstocks.
I don't know, man. Times are changing.
It's funny, too, because you're a guy who will drink urine, but you won't drink alcohol.
Won't drink booze.
Yeah. It's so funny. There's this rap guy. He's pretty popular at this point. His name's MGK, and he put out this song where it's called Wild Boy, and it, the whole song is saying, "Call me Steve-O, I'm a wild boy," and he wanted to record for the remix with me, and so I showed up, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna film for the video, and so I brought these hair clippers and and we shaved our pubic hair. We rolled up a big joint with nothing but pubic hair.
And you smoked it?
Yeah, and I smoked it.
Do you get off on that?
No, not at all. But
Nothing.
And we smoked each other's pubic hair. It was pretty funny. And the footage of us actually smoking it was on the cutting room floor. And he's probably a bit mortified that I'm saying that right now. But
I'm surprised you would even draw smoke into your lungs. We could have triggered you.
You make a very good point, man. I was conflicted after the fact. On two levels, because I drew it into my lungs. I quit smoking cigarettes and everything.
Yeah, I mean, is life exhausting now? Because you have to consider everything. I mean, you can't just do something thoughtlessly, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think it becomes a little bit second nature, but it's sure better than the alternative, man. I mean, you saw me right before I got sober.
No, you look really good, man.
Oh, boy.
You seem very healthy. And so now, where are you living? In Los Angeles?
I'm living in West Hollywood, yeah.
You live in West Hollywood. No girls? Nothing? I mean, are you completely single now?
Yeah, I'm single, but there's one girl I've been hanging out with.
Fucking a little bit, yeah? She's good? Yeah?
Parking in the pink zone.
No kidding. Look at you. How long were you with that Elisabetta? 2 years, huh?
No, not 2 years. It was most of this year.
Clooney was quoted as saying he thought it was hysterical that you were dating Elisabetta. I think so. I hope I have that right. I don't know.
Oh, my God. How dare he? How dare he?
Elisabetta said a romantic trip with Steve-O to Italy in February became a nightmare because Italy was full of temptation for him. Let me see, wait. George Clooney, who dated Elisabetta for close to 2 years, reportedly told a friend he thought it was hilarious that she was dating Steve-O.
All right. You think that's a jab or a compliment?
No, I think it's just so out of... You see what it is? I think Clooney was kind of like, wow, that's just so out of the clear... That's just so
Nobody
opposite.
would suspect that that's where you go next.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Clooney was like, wow, really? Steve-O?
I've never heard anything bad about him. I think...
he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if...
Maybe he was boring.
Like, I know if Beth and I broke up and I found that she was dating Steve-O, and as whacked out as I am, I'd even be like, whoa, Steve-O. I mean, I think it just comes as a shock when someone's dating Steve-O.
Sure.
You know,
maybe Clooney was boring.
You're an edgy guy.
I can be pretty wild.
Yeah.
You bring the fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, Robin always said she found you very sexy.
Well, I've always found Robin very sexy, and I love the tension that we've always shared.
Right.
It breaks my heart to only hear her.
So
get well soon, Robin.
Thank you.
So were you excited that you had Clooney's girlfriend now? Like, I mean, where did you meet Clooney's girlfriend?
We had a mutual friend who introduced us, and
like a blind date kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we both knew each other were, so I wasn't blind. But, yeah,
But that's odd, too, that a friend would think of hooking you up.
Yeah, who would think of hooking anyone up with Steve-O? You know what I mean? It's almost weird. And so the friend said, hey, Steve, you should be with Elisabetta because she broke up with Clooney.
I mean, it just come out to lunch, like...
You went out to lunch and hung out?
Went out to lunch and hung out, yeah.
And did she make you wait a long time before you can get into her pants?
We got together a number of times.
Really? Yeah. She wild? You must have been way wilder than Clooney in bed. I mean, you're way crazy. I mean, right? She must have been like, oh, shit.
I imagine I was more disappointing, actually.
Oh, that's right. You come very fast. Yeah, Clooney.
Pretty quick.
Clooney does not come fast, I've heard. Yeah, he knows how to hold out and please a woman.
Yeah, no.
Do you say to Elisabetta, is my cock bigger than Clooney's? Do you ever...
I never asked any questions, no.
Yeah, because you say your cock is not big.
It's not terribly big, no.
No, and so...
She didn't snicker or, she didn't
when you pull down your pants, she goes, oh, I mean, like, this is not as big as George?
No, we never had any conversations like that.
Nothing like that.
No.
So she was satisfied with your penis. Were you able to give her an orgasm because you do come so fast?
I don't know. Can you ever know?
But do you think you did?
I think I may have.
You may have, yeah. What happens when you're with a woman after a few months? Like maybe you get to hold out longer?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Did you wear rubber?
I did, yeah.
You did wear a rubber. I never know with you because you're so on the edge. I can't imagine you putting on a rubber.
I mean, I think he might remember them now. Yeah. I mean, before
forget
anything went right.
Had to be years when he didn't wear a rubber. Oh, so you did wear a rubber.
Man, this is like now I'm starting. I really don't want to hear from Elisabetta
Why not?
that she was upset about this.
She's fine. She doesn't even speak English. Don't worry about it. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, this will never get back.
What are you all uptight about? You worry too fucking much now. You went from not worrying about about anything to worrying all the time.
No, I'm not worrying all the time. But
I mean, come on. Although I can't figure out if I was with Clooney's ex. I don't know. Would I guess I'd be. I'd want to prove every minute that I'm better than Clooney, you know, because he's so fucking good looking and he's successful and all that. You know, like I'd be like, I got like the ghost of Clooney would be in the room with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, shit. Is she
but then again, I think also,
Steve, you sort of let it go, right?
I wasn't really worried about it, and I guess like you pointed out, it's such a contrast. You know, it's such a wild difference that like why compete when it's so different? And you had
to be wilder than Clooney. I mean, I got to figure when a girl's in bed with you, whether it's Elizabeth or anybody else, you're up for a game. I mean, you're up for, like, you're just doing the missionary position, right? I mean, are you crazy in bed like the way you are in Jackass?
I try.
You do?
I try my best. I want to be impressive.
Like, what crazy shit do? You lick a girl's asshole and stuff?
It's happened.
Yeah. So you get crazy. You get her up on all fours and start sticking your tongue up her ass. Because if you're drinking urine, you must be doing crazy shit in bed. You know what I mean?
It's happened.
Because I can picture Elizabeth go, oh, my God, this is so much better than with Clooney. Like, you're just doing it so hard, and you know, and you're hanging me upside down on a meat hook. You know, I can't like what crazy shit do you get into in the bedroom?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try out for AGT.
You should. Did you see that guy Horse on AGT?
Sure, I watched every episode. Man.
Wasn't he phenomenal? I would think you would have liked him.
I think he's great.
Did you think he was funny, or did you think he was too Jackass-like?
I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I think he's fantastic. And I don't know what his secret is, because where I've taken plenty of nut shots myself,
right?
And like I'm genuinely scared to death of them, and he doesn't seem like, and he's like, yeah, it's cool, just hit me in the nuts.
And he doesn't wear a cup. I did this thing with him where I took a tennis ball that goes 90 miles an hour in the machine and shot it right into his nuts and cock.
I saw that.
The guy was not wearing any kind of cup or anything, and
you gave him good advice too to not wear pants so that they could see that there's no cup.
Yeah, well, what happened is I think the NBC had put out an edict that he had to wear pants after the first time because his balls
you said screw NBC.
I did. Well, I said the guy's not going to get anywhere if he's wearing pants, because everyone's going to think he's wearing a cup.
That's right.
Yeah, and I mean, it was unbelievable. And I thought of you guys, because I said you guys made a great living doing stunts like that and stuff. And I'd go see this guy doing this kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
and I was touched that you that you mentioned us in your comments to him.
Yeah, I said Jackass has to have inspired you, and it has to be your hero. I mean, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Now, this new TV show you have, this is great. Now, I don't even understand how a show like this gets on the air. This is a game show.
This?
It's a game show.
It's called Killer Karaoke, and it's people singing karaoke while horrible shit happens to them.
Now, it sounds like the dumbest fucking idea on the planet, but I don't know where I saw it. I saw it on the internet. I saw the commercial for it.
Uh-huh.
It's the funniest goddamn thing I ever saw.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Robin, so
yes,
this clip I saw anyway, I don't know if every episode is the same, but there's a lady, a heavyset lady, she's singing karaoke. While she's singing, Steve takes her along a path where she sticks her head in a box, and she doesn't know what's in the box. Like, there could be a skunk. It could be like fucking, it could be just weird shit on her hand, and she has to continue singing. That's the point, right? She has to continue.
You can't stop singing.
Well, the woman is screaming and singing at the same time, and really genuinely petrified.
Sure, and genuinely singing too.
Yes, and genuinely singing.
That lady was singing Carrie Underwood.
How does anybody win on that show? In other words, or lose for that matter?
There's 6 contestants per show.
Right.
Each person has a song with a challenge, and after the first 2 people go, the audience votes one of them through. Then 2 more people, and so 3 people end up in the finals.
And what are they voting for? The best singer or the person?
Just whoever. It's overall entertainment. Whoever you want.
Whoever you like.
Whoever wins over the audience, and you got to be committed to the song. And
did the woman I saw in the clip, did she win that particular episode?
She got voted through. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, she was fantastic.
She's great. Yeah.
She was nuts. Now, the show looks to me to be dangerous for the contestants, not you this time, but for the contestants. And is it true you're being sued, and the production company is being sued as well for breaking a woman's leg on the show or something like this?
I guess. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You don't know if you're being sued?
I know that it's a legal matter.
Only you get it. You probably said to yourself on a career level, "This is great. I'm going to host a show,
right?
A game show,
karaoke show.
Nothing can go wrong. It's a karaoke show. I'll do just fine."
Well, I just think it's great because here it's there's this genuinely crazy shit going on, and the one that you were talking about is really one of the milder challenges. We've got like some serious stuff that I would personally hate to do. I mean, I would do it.
What's the worst thing you have to do while singing karaoke?
We're electrocuting the shit out of people while they're singing.
Oh, my God.
It's really funny to hear someone try and sing while they're getting electrocuted.
Where does this air, this show?
It's on True TV.
And you're the host.
I'm the host, yeah. So we've got all this crazy shit going on, which means that, like, I'm in an arena that's appropriate for me to be in.
Right.
But here I'm like the comedian host guy, so like I don't have to like be hurting myself.
You don't have to. Do you ever electrocute yourself?
Sure.
Like, just to show the people.
Just to show the people how much it sucks. Yeah.
How do you know how much to electrocute someone without killing them? But you have to make
it.
They don't, Howard.
That's the problem.
We're using these dog shock collars.
Right.
Those horribly cruel devices, and we strap them to everybody's. We strap them to their arms and legs.
I see.
And we turn it all the way up, and we electrocute them that way.
See what I tell you? They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, because
those things are fucked up.
I know, because I would be afraid to be involved in something like that. And because of lawsuits, what if somebody has a heart attack doing that or something like that? But they do know.
I think that they screen the people pretty vigorously.
In other words, for health purposes.
I would imagine that's the case.
Somebody can always slip through.
But in a sense, the people do know what the show is, and if they're going to go on it, they're doing it at their own risk.
They don't know what their challenge is before they come out, so they genuinely find out what's going to happen like after they've already begun to sing.
I mean, if somebody
but they must sign some kind of crazy release that you're not
that a lawyer
responsible
ignores
for anything.
Then when he takes you to court, the lawyer goes, "These people don't know what they're signing."
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine it's a pretty comprehensive release form.
I can't imagine that what the show is going to earn, that it's worth going through all this hell to sort of create
Yeah, I
it.
mean, for the contestants, it's up to $10,000.
Oh, well, in that case, electrocute away.
Right. But,
it's a funny thing to me. Like, if I was a contestant on a game show, and listen, I've had desperate times in my life. I haven't had a lot of money. If someone said to me, "You have $10,000, but you have to be electrocuted in order to win it," I'd probably just walk away and say, "There's got to be some other way I can make a living."
Right.
You know what I mean? But isn't it amazing?
People want to be on TV. More than they're after the money, I think they're after the spotlight.
That's right.
I think that's really the case.
So it hasn't dissuaded the production company from continuing with the show, even though someone is complaining and filing a lawsuit. And why name you? What do you have to do with it? In the sense that you don't come up with these things. You're not the owner of the show.
Right.
You're the host.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't have done it if Steve hadn't been standing there.
Oh, I see. Is that boy? You think like a lawyer, Robin. Steve
Robin,
made me do
shut up.
Right. So you don't seem overly concerned about that aspect.
I don't know. I honestly haven't heard anything about it. I don't know.
Right.
If I get I don't know, summoned for a deposition or something, then I'll have more information.
I see. Well, let me tell you something. We've learned a lot today, Steve-O.
Well, it's good to see you, man. And like I said, I've been listening to.
Thank you.
I never knew Ronnie was so fucking funny, man.
Ronnie the limo driver, yeah.
He's hilarious, man. And this is my first time coming here where I haven't had like some fucked up weapon or kerosene or something.
Right. I like talking
Sneaking
to you.
things in.
I even used to say to you when you were high, I'd say, "Steve, I enjoy you as a guest. You don't need to light your balls on fire in order to be a guest here." And then you were like, no, fuck that.
We had a lot of good times, man. Do you remember dunking the darts in the tattoo ink and throwing them at my butt and stuff?
Do I remember it?
I still have I've got these tattue dots on my butt.
I jerk off to that. Are you kidding?
There's been so much stuff. Like I remember coming here and Ronnie's like okay, what do you got? And I was like, oh, I've got this stun gun. I'm gonna stun myself with this stun gun. Ronnie says, "No, you can't do it, man. I got to take that from you." And so I'm like, "Oh man, Ronnie," and I'm going, "Oh, this sucks. Oh man, Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie, here you go." And I give him the stun gun, and then I walk in here with my backup.
You had a backup stun gun.
Yeah, I brought two.
Remember the time you were really high and you came in here and you ate an entire corpse? That was crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to make up stuff that he wouldn't remember. No, but you know what's crazy to me too? I was watching the roast that you took part in. I'm talking about the Charlie Sheen roast. And Mike Tyson's there.
Yep.
And you said, "Mike, it would be an honor if you would punch me in the face, and Mike said he wouldn't. So you said, just hold out your fist, Mike.
We planned it ahead of time, and this is the interesting part about this is that it wasn't the first time that I asked him to do that. And I said during my little comedy bit on that show that the last time I hung out with him was when we were doing all this blow in a bathroom in 2005. But that wasn't actually accurate. The last time I had seen him and like really spent time with him, believe it or not, we were locked up in a psychiatric ward together. I shit you not. And
is that a bonding experience?
Oh yeah, big time, big time. And I know that Mike doesn't mind, and bless his heart, I love him so much. You know, he's such a good guy, and he says, it happened. You tell it.
Well, why were you? I know why you were in the psychiatric ward. You had completely lost your mind on drugs.
We were both in. I mean, it's no secret that Mike was in a similar.
Why was he? Was because of drugs? He had also gone off of the deep end.
Yeah, we're in very similar positions as far as that goes.
When you're in a psychiatric center like that, how long are you locked up for?
That time it was 3 weeks, man.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is it very difficult? Is it because the other people on the ward are as insane as you, and so it's like almost just
like where do you go? Where's there a safe corner?
Is that the scariest part of it?
Well, I was in 2 psych wards. The first one was the one where Johnny Knoxville and the guys came and they locked me up.
Right.
And that psych ward was kind of like a sort of hospital meets jail. It was like really intense. The one I was in with Mike Tyson, about 3 months later, 3.5 months later, that one was more hospital meets country club. But it was still, it was a serious psych ward, and we're in the TV room together in the loony bin, and I'm telling Mike, I'm saying, hey Mike, I'm not asking you to punch me. I'm just saying, hold your fist out and let me just run into your fist with my face.
And what did he say to you at that time?
It wasn't the time.
He goes, you're crazy.
Why are you doing that in the hospital, Steve?
He was crazy.
I was trying to talk him into doing it with me once we got out, so I could film it. I wanted to film it.
So when you're in the psych ward and you're there with Mike Tyson, are you kind of excited too that there's another celebrity there and you can bond?
It's fucking Mike Tyson, man. Right. Of course I was excited.
And you approach Mike Tyson and say, hey, I'm Steve-O, I'm the guy from Jackass, and he's like,
he knew. We had partied together.
I see.
So we had a history.
And so do you work on getting better, or are you both like, hey, they're all crazy out there. We're not crazy. They're
at that point we were both just it just wasn't the time.
And he managed to keep it pretty quiet actually when he was in the psych ward, right? I mean, no one really knew he was there until he started talking about it. But for some reason, it somehow didn't make the papers.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that like his arrests maybe got more news than that.
Yeah. Right, I was going to say, there's plenty of stuff in the press about Mike Tyson. Come on.
There's plenty. I don't feel like I'm outing him.
No, I understand. Do the group meetings, do you get to hang with Mike and hear his sad story?
There was a pretty small amount of overlap when we were in there together.
But are the group meetings crazy in a psych ward? Because everybody has a crazy fucking story. They're crazy.
Sure,
so it's and everyone's
some people can't even talk, can they?
I remember that then in the first ward, or the first psych ward I was in, it was just kind of sad because I remember this lady being like, the government has seized all of my money. They've taken my money from me. I've been in here for 3 months. I can't get out.
Right.
It's kind of scary.
It is scary, yeah.
But in any case, so then the roast comes up.
Right.
And I've got the same agent booked me onto the roast as Mike Tyson. We have the same guy. And
the guy who takes the crazy people.
Yeah, the crazy agent.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I told the producer, I was like, oh man, I've got to play the black eye game with Mike Tyson. This just has to happen. So I got the agent and the producer on, and everybody loved the idea. So we kind of planned it out. And at one point during the show...
now, let me describe to people what it is. Mike held out his fist, and you ran into it.
With his elbow locked.
With his elbow locked.
And I went running and diving face first into his fist, attempting to get a black eye.
Well, attempting to get a black eye. I saw the pictures of you afterwards. You had 2 black eyes.
2 black eyes and a broken nose.
And a broken nose. and you laugh at that, right?
Well, it turned out to be such a beautiful thing because Bam Margera broke my nose on the set of Jackass 3D. You know, he had his little trick where he comes up and sneaks up behind you and he punches you with the boxing glove, and he calls it the Rocky trick.
Right.
Well, we were filming something that was never going to see the light of day. You know, where we fired a high-powered BB gun, you know, like to shoot my nipple off.
If you know it's never going to see the light of day, why bother
I was
doing
just
it?
like, you know, just on the off chance that it might, and I was just ready to go.
Right.
And so we man shot this. At first, he just barely nicked my nipple, so we were able to kind of wipe it off and reshoot.
Right.
Then I buried the barrel of this rifle into and we shot it through my nipple, and it stayed in.
Oh.
So I still have the BB in my nipple today, and I love it.
Wow.
So I'm standing there, and I've got my nipple gushing blood, and I'm sitting there just going on about how happy I am that the BB stayed in, and all of a sudden, Bam comes up behind me and punches me and breaks my nose, like really breaks it, and so but you couldn't use the footage because they weren't going to show the rifle bit.
It really is the real Three Stooges. I mean, you know, those guys faked it. You guys really did it. Yeah.
So I didn't do anything about it. I got to keep the BB in my nipple, and I'm like whatever. And then 2 months later, my nose is bothering me, and it's subtle, but it's bothering me. And I finally say, fuck this. Jackass is going to pay for it. I'm going to get my nose fixed. So I go to the nose doctor 2 months after the fact, and the guy says, I can't, you know, he says, you let it heal this way.
Right.
You let it heal this way. He says, if you want me to fix your nose and set it straight, I have to re-break it with a chisel and then set it. And so I hear that, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm cool.
Right, I forget it.
But then I go to the Mike Tyson, to the Charlie Sheen roast.
Yeah.
And Mike's down for it. So Mike, you know, at first when I did it after my little comedy bit, you know, his fist landed on my forehead, and it was kind of disappointing. So I was squirming in my seat. Oh, let me do it again. Then at the end of the show, then I did it again, and this time I dove so gnarly with my face into his fist, and my nose was like just broken this shit out of it, you know.
Wow.
My nose was like under my right eye, and it was just gushing blood. I mean, it felt that way anyway. And so then, and it's just gushing blood.
Here it is. Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
yeah, there it is.
And so then, and like I said, it was at the end of the show. So the show is over. Everybody's getting up. I've got my nose gushing blood. This guy comes out of the audience and he says, "Steve-O, your nose needs to be set right now."
Yeah.
He says, "I'm a kung fu instructor. I've set at least 20 broken noses." And I'm thinking, this guy, like, what? It can't get any worse than it is.
Right.
So I sit down on the stage, and this guy puts his he puts a thumb on either side of my nose, and he like clicks it back into place, and it hurt like shit. He lines it all up, and I swear my nose is like straight now.
I was looking at your nose.
You didn't get your nose fixed?
No, but I'm looking at it. It looks fabulous.
Like what the doctor said. He said he would have to re-break it with a chisel and then set it straight. Fucking Mike Tyson re-broke it, and the kung fu guy set it straight.
And let me tell you something. You got a nice nose.
It's looking fucking good.
It sure does. Great. Does this kung fu guy do breasts too? Because I know two girls that really want some tits. That's unbelievable.
Man. I left that roast with really like a perfectly straight nose.
Yeah.
And I don't think the doctor could have done a better job than Mike Tyson and the kung fu guy.
When your nose is broken like that, and there are your eyes, and there's your nose.
Oh my God!
I mean, is the pain excruciating?
On my website, you can see that. You can see the whole series of like the morning after Bam broke it, and then the way that healed.
Give out your web address.
It's steve-o.com.
Okay. You know? When you're, because that looks painful. I mean, are you in tremendous pain after something like that?
Shit, yeah, I'm in tremendous pain after that.
And then he can't take anything.
Yeah, but you can only take an Advil, right?
I didn't take shit.
Wow.
I guess I
do. You lay down for the next week after something like that happens, or are you just not neurotic? You'll just walk around and say, "Fuck it."
I don't think that. I don't think that the laying down helps. I mean, you want to kind of keep yourself busy, I think.
Who's the girl that's with you now? Because you're still crazy, even though you're fucking sober. I mean, is she a normal girl? Is she a girl with a job? Is she an actress? What? I mean, give me an MO here.
She's very normal. It's super early on.
Early on. Is she an actress?
You know, it's funny because we talked to Bam, and he's with a felon.
Right.
I was talking to Bam about. I heard Bam on here talking about his stalker thing, and I was telling him, I was like, man, you got to be really happy about that story, because for once, for the last 2 solid years, it's been nothing but Bam arrested, detained, beat up by a bum, it's just been all this like horrible shit in the news. And I'm like, here's a story, Bam, that for once, like, you're the normal guy.
Right, yeah.
Minding your own business, just, peacefully sleeping in your bed.
Yeah. He really liked that.
Yeah, I think he did really like the fact that he wasn't the one out of control. And I'm like, you know what was unusual about that, Bam, is that you didn't fuck her.
That's the weird part. You've got a stalker and you didn't fuck her. Wow.
Yeah.
That's odd. I thought that was strange, too.
Right.
Well, Steve-O, you're looking better than ever. I mean,
thank you,
you
man.
really
I
are.
I appreciate it.
You're coherent. You're with it. I mean, you're a regular statesman now. And
we actually talked finance with Steve.
Finance today. We learned that you're financially, you're fiscally
He's
concerned.
all about the fiscal cliff. He's amazing.
It's so awesome to be here, man. Like, it's been over 10 years.
Right.
You know.
Well, listen, I appreciate your talents.
Well, thank you. And you know, just like, I know that I was out to prove it, you know, like the last couple of times I've been here, that sobriety didn't turn me into a pussy and all. You know, I'm crazier than ever. And, you know, and I really wanted to prove that, and I think I did. And I felt the same way at the Charlie Sheen roast. And at this point, man, like, I don't think I really have anything to prove.
Right.
That's great.
Look,
That's great.
Your film work speaks for itself.
Right, and I'm ready to do more, man. Like, if something comes up, man, I am ready.
Well, the only way that's going to come up is you put your mind to it, and you go out and try and kill yourself. And you know that's the way to do it.
Sure,
all right.
Sure, man.
Well, I'm glad you're alive, and I'm glad you came through everything very well. And you're a great guy, and I'm happy for you. I really am.
I appreciate that.
Happy for your veganism, your sobriety, your small penis. Who needs you having a big one? I can't imagine what sex was like with Elisabetta. I wish you would tell me about that, whether it be on air or off air. I don't care. I'm sure it was wild. And God bless you. I hope everything's okay.
Well, thank you very much, Howard. I appreciate it. And sign on for AGT again, man. I enjoyed that.
I'm thinking about it.
I like how you're doing it.
Yeah, I like to help the young people.
You know, and I wanted to say this, too.
Yeah.
You know, like, every time Howie Mandel, you know, plugs his Twitter, it's so disrespectful to the show that he's saying, I'm sitting here reading my Twitter, when he's supposed to be watching the fucking act, and he's not doing his job on the show because he's fucking reading Twitter.
Where the hell were you when the show was going on?
He's reading his Twitter. That's so disrespectful to the proceedings.
I used to tell Howie that, but I was such a hypocrite. During the commercial, I go, hey, Howie, what do the people on Twitter say?
Well, you know what they're saying?
Yeah.
Because as you point out, on Twitter, people are very fucking negative.
Well,
and
you're right.
You know, as much as it drives me crazy to see him be basically disrespectful to the show by reading Twitter the whole time, I just think he's got to have fucking balls of steel to put himself out there like that. He really doesn't have that many followers on Twitter. It's not like it's working for him.
You mean announcing to people should follow me on Twitter, and then it's embarrassing if they don't.
Saying his Twitter handle, and then after all of that shit, he really doesn't have anybody fucking follow him anyway.
It's not good for the show if people see that.
And
That's right.
The people are just looking at his Twitter handle and they're typing it in. Well, they're not clicking follow him. They're just typing it in so they can say, "You fucking douchebag." Can you imagine the negativity that he has to sift through when reading his Twitter? And he's got to have tough skin.
The reason I would not read Twitter, like I wouldn't read Twitter during my radio show, and I wouldn't read Twitter while I was on AGT, is because I don't want to hear the negativity. I want to be true to myself, do my thing, and whoever likes it, and who doesn't. That's it. I'm a crazy man.
It's like Craig Ferguson.
I'm going to jump off a building right now. Come with me.
Craig Ferguson said, as long as you're doing what you love, you're fucking bulletproof.
Exactly.
You're fucking bulletproof.
You got to have faith in what you're doing. You can't sit and listen to other people all the time.
Exactly. And then that's my philosophy as well, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go follow Craig Ferguson.
The great philosopher Craig Ferguson.
He's fucking fantastic.
That's who we're following.
Robert, remind me, who's Craig Ferguson again? All right, listen.
He's got that show on after Letterman.
Oh, that's right. All right, look, Steve-O, you've done it again.
Well, thanks, man.
I don't know what you did, but you did it again. All right. Don't miss Steve-O hosting Killer Karaoke. You got to see this. It sounds crazy, this show, but I'll be honest with you. I like it.
I think it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Steve.
Hey, great to see you too, Howard.
All right, we'll be back right after these words. Very in-depth interview.
Thanks so much, man.
Yeah. We're helping the people, man.
Yeah, here. And is it cool if I snap a picture of you signing it?
Sure.
Good deal, man.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me fix myself up for the picture.
Yeah, cool.
You know I care about that stuff.
The angles and shit.
Angles? Yeah, like this. Look. Steve, quick. Look.
I just want to, okay.
Let's see who else signed.
Robert Downey Jr.
Kim Kardashian. Wow, this is some glove.
Yeah, it's pretty cool,
You'll be able to get a good $10-15 for this. Wait, what?
How's that?
It's pretty good.